That's what it's really about getting through the storyline on various levels.
I always lose them.
What, the voices?
The voice or
If they're distinct enough to find it's easy enough to be. If it's like your run of the mill shopkeeper, I'll go through like 14 different voices while I'm doing that shopkeeper. Like, it's like, I don't know, this is what their voices. And then I'll totally forget. But like, all of the titular characters, you know, they live on this whenever they might have to, they'll always, I think, they'll always come out when they got it. After all, a good character, you cannot keep him down. So.
You really like to source them from Rhode Island, eh?
No, just Kanika. Kanika is Rhode Island. Dormo is Michael Dorn. John Harris is just kind of me, but a little effeminate. And then, what else was there? Like, Draken is obviously your standard fucking Texan oil man or gunslinger. And then the rest of them. Yeah, it's just kind of whatever. A lot of them are just kind of Slavic accent, really. But then it's either Slavic or Italiano that I go for, because Cormier in my mind is kind of Italian.
I noticed that in the name.
Or Croman. Croman is
Croman is that Texan. That's
me. Croman is like from the bayou, almost down south. Way
yeah, that's
way
right.
south, like Louisiana.
Yeah, it's actually.
He's deep in
If
No.
I mean, that's your
Bayou. Okay, no. That Cajun slur.
Yeah, it is actually. You're not more a Cajun thing than
like
But yeah, I certainly wouldn't put myself in comparison to what's his Pickle's performance at Gambit, because that was amazing. From being quite honest. From not Jared, fucking Deadpool too.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine. That's what it was.
Yeah, Tatum did a great job.
Yeah,
It was always my favorite X-Men.
Yeah, you didn't get nearly enough screen time. Yeah, shame that.
It was so.
Did a great job. Fucking fantastic.
I don't think anything that.
I don't know.
Well, he's getting his own spin.
Of course he is.
So,
That's the only movies that they're making it.
there's a fun one. Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chunky.
Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Far Seas Chronicles, the Iron Guardian. Tonight we start with just the 4 of our intrepids, as the 5th one is still en route.
And the 6th one is getting some.
Much deserved, I'm sure. Much deep. Therapeutic. It's cathartic, therapeutic. He's on medical leave, is really what I'm saying. With that, our intrepids have
His batteries.
now been traveling across these exotic wastes for quite some time. Waste may not be the term, perhaps. These lush, green, exotic, and dangerous, expansive miles upon miles of swampland that is known as the Far Seas Expanse, the untamable western end of the Cormyrean Kingdom, where civility and what rules upon the Sea of Fallen Stars, the lush greenlands across the Stormhorns, bear fruit, both sweet and bitter, of the utmost variety. With that all said, our adventurers now sit in Ariston. Castle Eris has been under attack by a Thayan coterie of wyvern riders. These wyvern riders ambushed upon adventurers and, of course, were beaten down by their might and skill. They also met with some individuals aside John Eris and his immediate family of brothers. As they got to know the fraternity in the north, the fraternity in the west brought about the daughter once again from the west to the northeast, where upon you met with Coralheart centrally first, I should mention, before traveling with a lot of you up towards Ariston to meet with the Thayan ambush, to your surprise. With that all said, who cares to regale what happened last episode? In more detail.
Can I ask first? Were they coming for us? Have we? Does
They were coming for her.
Going for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
specifically. which changes everything.
Changes your alliance a little bit.
No, it has nothing to do with my alliance. It changes what we know about any kind of
Well, who does Thayan's work
like
for?
intention.
Who did the Thayans work for?
Like, why would they want me?
Who does the Thayan's work for?
Faye.
Faith? Okay.
Don't work for either like Zastam or one of his lieutenants. Zastam being long dead, but still.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who
they're
are the
they're
Fae?
zealots.
The Fae are the Red Wizards of Fae. Thayans, being who they are, for the most part, are a general population as any other. But the Thayan Red Wizards are the ruling body. And effectively, you might think of them like any dictatorial Politico and Gestapo that's going to rule over a nation. With,
So, like,
Military
like
presence
in the
is
movie,
there.
the
I was wondering if they had a direct correlation with Tycho. So, because Tycho has
That makes-
all-seeing eyes, and I don't know,
you would expect that it would not be surprised by it.
I wouldn't be surprised by it.
I mean, that's just work here.
So last
may or may
session
not have
we made our way to castle.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think if he is involved, that he's the one who sent him.
But why would he need them to capture me?
Because we know too much.
He can just call me home.
I don't think-
I would buy it with just Heart as being staged, because again, if you want to destabilize the government, you need to present some kind of a false enemy to pit against them that you can then come in and save them from. Right? It kind of.
So, okay,
Yeah.
that's my theory. What's your theory then?
If it was just that, I could definitely see him possibly sending them as a way to manipulate the politics. But
They don't
Taco
seem-
Eris doesn't really have any.
Thayans, to my
Immediate-
knowledge, aren't really known to be like
Immediate
mercenaries, are they?
Coming directly for you.
Sorry, did you know?
Yeah, but I'm thinking of it
They're not
from
mercenaries. They
from
don't take
like
contracts
those
from
point of
these
view,
things.
it would make sense taking it to that extent.
Unless they had ulterior motives, which would shift your alliance.
But why would he purposefully try to shift my alliance?
Right, yeah. You're not
However, there could be something else because we do know she's
She might be trying to kill you.
trying to kill you?
Genetically engineered soldier. It could be something.
Well, if
I mean, I don't even know what capacity she has as a magical vessel because technically she can summon the dawn, which is like the sheer power of Lathander.
if the coincidence starts happening too many coincidental times, then it's not so much coincidence anymore. So
They can just
So,
trap
what connection do you have from Tycho to Thay?
that's just what I'm wondering.
Well,
I
that's what
can't say that Tycho has all-seeing eyes because that's meta. Because I technically don't know that as Skarsbad.
No, I guess we haven't seen his tower. Come to think of it. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but you can also.
But he gives you
put it
bad
in-
feelings. That's fair.
Yeah.
And to be quite frank, as a native of the swamp, I mean, really, I'd say there's
There's
many
rumor.
rumors,
Yeah.
many rumors of his all-seeing clutch of eyes,
Yeah, the Eye of Sauron. But
sort of thing. Yeah,
even
exactly.
the Eye of Sauron is a blind spot. So.
Yeah, behind that rock.
Tycho can have many eyes, but he doesn't have enough to see everything.
I've seen
All
enough
of it.
to not really feel comfortable with your
No, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Yeah, I understand that. 100%.
which makes me question their motives towards you when they're coming.
Well,
at
she's
you.
already like teetering on the edge here, but we've kind of got multiple trauma responses. Bottled up real tight right now, so an extra.
As like in character, my guy will tell you like coming from the darkest depths of each corner of the world. This is the kind of stuff that I see when we're trying to take people out. So
Someone's out to get you.
Well, obviously.
yes, I know.
I guess we'll have to find out.
I suppose I'd like walk upstairs.
You don't.
I mean, we're still apparently doing a recap.
This
Well-
is technically part of it.
Well, because remember, I said past the sessions I want to be able to do ceremony where she can ask the deity 3 questions and they must be answered truthfully.
I mean, sure. I'm not sure what that fits in.
It's a form of divination. Well, because you can ask anything.
Right, but how does that fit into the current context? What are we trying to establish here? We're
That,
still doing the
that,
recap.
yeah, that technically doesn't fit into the recap part.
No, not the recap.
Because last time we were trying to sway you a little bit too. We were trying to figure you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm thinking more for
So
like narrative.
technically-
purposes.
Yeah.
The segregation.
So beyond us trying to figure out her and her family, we get this lovely space here.
It is.
After leaving Three Trees, I
Yeah.
think we had a short talk with. It wasn't the Coral Hearts. Who was it?
Yeah, the Coral Hearts.
Coral Hearts. Got
After the
good
attack.
job.
Then we talked to
Rutherford.
Black Hand.
Oh, right, we came here to talk to brother.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Rutherford and Caddick. No. Like the
Dorimo, Kataka, and John Harris.
that's Dormo.
That's Dorimo.
That's Katka
Kataka.
Caddick there.
and John.
I do recall.
In one up top.
Yeah, this one right here.
There was a Manchun up there.
Indeed. Oh, where'd mention in that?
Manchun teleported away.
Oh yeah, that's
The
right.
attacks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's my hero.
We were just beginning conversation with these people.
Is he like a prince or an overtaker?
Importance.
No, the guy that had the dragon playing bazooka.
Oh, John Harris. Yeah, he's
King of the castle.
he's king of the castle. He's kind of the dirty rascal of the swamplands. He's the carpenter king of the far seas. He is the quintessential everyman after a fashion. He would be just as home in coveralls as he would be. He would be more at home in coveralls than he is in his silken pants.
I don't recall what we spoke with these people about, but it wasn't a very long conversation.
We had told them
It was
about
just greetings, basically, and alignment, or they were asking us about our plan.
Oh, they
we were talking
heavily
about
suspicious.
what's his name?
Right.
Aramar. We talked about seeing Aramar and being sent to rally forces, and told them that we had like the guy that sent us the Civ is them, the Black Circle, and possibly
Don Diego.
Don Diego, ready to fight.
And then we were
Ambush.
rudely interrupted by
Drakes. Or
Drake.
wyverns.
It was either a Drake or a bullet from Wilbur that flew through the window first.
And then yeah,
It was a wyvern.
the Wyvern and their riders.
The riders.
They attacked and we killed.
I had my eyes and my words for Croman.
One of them threw something on the ground and spawned some things. They were dancing.
They actually spawned more of their dudes, and one of them was a dancing fool of a magician, dancing fool of a combat wizard.
Cool.
Not in there.
And then
There's some
we
clothes.
killed him,
You did,
and that was the end.
and that was the end. Which brings us to the momentous moment after, of course, the raid upon Castle Eris, whereupon first and foremost is Katika, who comes upon pulling apart Wyvern's jaw, throwing the lower mandible aside, and then letting the head drop to the ground with a squelch. A big puddle explodes out of the throat as it's there giving its last few
We want
pumps.
to collect the poisons from them too.
You set to work upon as Katika stands there for a moment and then looking up towards, or actually he was up here, yeah, he was up here with the thing. He looks over towards his brother who's coming towards, or no, he extinguished the thing and he comes over with his brother. Point being though, he comes over towards where you're carving upon, and he looks over towards his brother, and then at Croman and Leopold, who are getting together beside each other behind Rutherford, who's standing inside a bunch of the broken furnishings. Everybody looks at each other, and then they all kind of look directly at Alyssa.
I love how it's just like shot in.
Could I get up so that we're in that conversation?
Go up there too.
I'm on the stairs.
You make your way up the stairs as Leopold moves his way to the one side, kicking this off as you make your way in behind Draxus.
Oh yeah.
And in, of course, comes our head of the Black Circle. I see. Well, we now all have called him to me. Leopold, now is not the time. Let us see how this unfurls. The time for nobility to speak is at hand. The camera pans against to show Alyssa as Katika stands to the one side, looking upon John Ayres steps in. Uh, as everybody is gathering around, suddenly, what is going on? There is. Oh, I see. He looks around to see spots each of the various lizard corpses situated in the various. He was. And as he comes in, blood-soaked himself, two swords in hand. Well, maybe he's dragging. Actually, he's probably dragging the head behind him. Yeah. He comes in and looks around. Oh, I see. It seems I am not the only one who has taken some glory this day. Very good then. I'm glad to see all is safe and well in here. John, you look fantastic. As he walks in and he throws the skirt to the side of the schlep. And he comes walking up the stairs here as everybody kind of bunches in. Everyone shuffles down awkwardly. It's kind of a Wes Anderson moment of it. But as the camera assembles and in comes Dormo beside the tiefling on the one side, there's the set, the fraternity of brothers, looking upon you. And for a moment, the camera cuts to show Tycho and Sigma and Pinocchio in the same alignment from the view of the clutch of cameras, as Tycho can be seen smiling at the clutch of cameras and Sigma in behind him, staring on as he simply has his stoic form and his arms folded, sort of glowering expression as he stares ahead, very serious. And Pinocchio in the back is adjusting his jaw and then adjusting his elbow. And then, yeah, quite literally not paying too much of any attention.
Should really get that whole.
It cuts back to show the scene here as Leopold walks in. So, it would seem that you are of some value to me. Huh? What say you to this, child of Ireland?
I know not what I have done to slight them, but should they come again, they will fall.
Slight, I don't think is the word. What you are no slight to them, but perhaps leverage value, yes.
Possibly.
He gives a look over towards Katika and then just walks away, walking past you, giving you a knowing smirk. Your friend is a dangerous liability. And walks directly past. Indeed. As Croman looks over and says, now that's no way to treat with a lady, Leopold. You shouldn't inside like this. John, I don't believe that this is the most important focus of our time and efforts. I don't believe that we should be focused on the errand child, as our friends have so eloquently put it. Our time should be better spent exploring the solutions that the others have brought to our attention. And he gives a nod over towards Katika as he says, your brother, I think, would agree. What are you playing at? He simply says after a moment as he looks over towards him. He just gives a screwed up expression on his massive head with his little face as he gives another shrug. Gives another shrug.
Blending in with it.
Yeah, right. Gives another shrug and simply says, I don't like what you're putting down. I don't know that I trust a word that you say. But he's not wrong. John, I trust these people. I believe in what they're doing. The swamps have shown me. Opportunity comes when it comes. I said this before. My father, look at us. Every opportunity he had one of us. And we're stronger for it. Camera pans against you guys as Alyssa's sitting center with everybody surrounding.
The camera even focused as he said
Music was given to that.
Yeah. Rutherford kind of scooches uncomfortably this way and that. Good like confrontation. But if there is any way to solve this, I am open to it. I don't know that I trust you. He comes about halfway.
Her mace is still shining very brightly in a 30-foot radius.
He looks around and he says, I have heard the stories of the Osmond family and their intentions. So the truth is, we have seen, as he looks over towards the cobalt-skinned tiefling and then over towards John, we have seen what their family even produced in the end, with all that they knew. Is daunting to say that they were anything less than corrupted, in my opinion.
Corrupted.
Absolute power, no matter what. I would argue, perhaps absolutely.
These are their ostensible viewable from the outside projects. Who knows what they're up to behind closed doors?
I do not blame them. Do not misunderstand me. He looks back and looks over towards the tiefling and then looks over towards you specifically as he says, "It is not that I say they are evil, but they are perhaps too smart for their own good. They did not know enough, but just enough to be dangerous. So it is." And he looks around and looks towards you and he says, "Well, yes, you, a man of religion, should know.
It's abominations what they do.
I meant more that the tenets of the Father cannot always be taken at face value. And so it is the Osmonds, they, over time, they become corrupted by their own ideals. And ideas, I saw it in my own family when I thought about this. It was overconfidence. He looks down at his boots for a moment, and he looks around the neighboring bodies as Katika's actually just shoving it off. Yeah, and the thing just schleps down and sits down on the ground. But they continue on as they look about now. Does anybody say anything this time?
I understand that he's kind of like low key implying he thinks the same things happened to my family. And she's simply gonna kind of like flip down and then back up and say, "I would be foolhardy to deny that my family could be capable of such. It would be in all of our best interests to ensure cooperation for the betterment of the state."
Anybody else?
With those of us who are clear-minded.
It's at this point that the Croman will pipe up and simply say, "Well, I'm glad that we have this out in the open now. Perhaps with the air a little more clear, we can move on with our objectives. Otherwise, we're more prone to falling victim to statics and makeup. There's already enough blood in the water. We don't want to attract any more shots. Say that Leonari fuck that's been sniffing around. You never know what he's getting about." He looks over towards you across from Rutherford and says, "You may be a valuable commodity, but we all know who the real interesting the real MVP really is." As he looks down into Rutherford's face, Rutherford simply looks kind of red in the cheeks and then looks down at his boots again. And then he looks over towards you all as a moment later, Roman looks over in the direction that he's looking and simply says, across the Katika, "I do believe that you have the interest of the swamps well in heart, and you, Katika, are the man to lead. Unless you want to trust them themselves to it." And he steps back as Katika looks around and looks at you guys and says, "I mean, I can go in. It's my pleasure to go in with you. Silverpool it's not like it used to be. It's evil. It's where it started. And there's stories. There's all sorts of stories. I seen what I seen from a long way, but it doesn't get too many visitors these days. We try to keep visitors from coming out. Yeah.
So not reluctant to join us?
I don't think I feel comfortable letting others go without me.
Good. Because we're taking him with a weather check. If he needs to fix this problem, I can't do it. What I can do is make sure nobody fucks with him.
He said something, someone had said something about Leonari sniffing around.
Yeah, that Nick Roman mentioned that.
I'll ask him. Leonari's been sniffing around here.
Leonard is an interested party. Yes, he is. Yes, you know him, do you? He looks over towards you, and he simply says, "You do."
In a sense, yeah.
Your brother-in-law says dabs out.
Hmm?
No question.
Brother-in-law.
There's jobs out to you, ladies and gents.
Dabs out.
He looks at you with kind of squinty eyes as you say this, and he doesn't say anything. He waits for you to say something.
What's he looking for here? What have you heard?
Well, for you know, the interest exists. If you know anything about him, he's got many contacts in the Symbian Legion, and I myself, as a contractor who has worked for many a Symbian interest myself, can tell you that the Inari has many fingers and many pies. Specifically, though, he is known for being a man of some research and development, where weaponry that concerns the Tars comes into play.
Oh.
His interests, so far as I understand it, started out with Crocus and Morgan with a gas, but there was not enough for the supply. Over time, Leonardo would come to want upon whatever avenues he could find at this falls, being that it had so much power. But the Tars just happened to be one of them. Now I foresee that he was so far looking for the Tars as a source, but has not made the inroads, has not made the contacts for supply, due to many an effort, of course. I myself used to work for the Symbian side, but over time, I come away. He pats his pocket as you hear the jingle of coin.
Interesting.
So the one
Ironically,
Silverpool, your ears up. Take those. Sure. You were gonna-
Oh, bring them.
So
Okay, yeah, so her ears are gonna kind of perk up and she'll go Silverpool. That is near Greenwood, correct?
That would be correct.
And Osborne.
He looks over towards Katako, looks over towards John, looks back at you. Yes, that would be correct. Everybody looks at Dormo. Father used to speak of these things on the odd occasion while he was telling stories to Mother in Karatur. I remember these stories well. You must have been like 3 years old, Dormo. Yes, I believe so.
And what, pray tell, is the costume?
Sorry, you're asking which one?
Batman.
Croman looks over towards you. I have no idea, Speedy. Why don't you tell us? You're the one with the map.
You were speaking of Silverpool. Silverpool is between Swampgate and Greenroot, and appears to have been near an old Osborne. There's Osborne, yeah. Osborne strongholds that Osborne around. You speak of it, why?
Okay, sorry. Who's speaking of what?
They mentioned Silverpool.
Yeah.
That's where we're heading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whips up the map. Dramatics! Oh, right, my notes. Yes, I have those as well. I include as well as this map, which is amazing. Check out the map. Come on, look at my map.
There's a lot.
I have notes that are just as good.
She's still thinking about like the wyverns and Tycho and shit, and like the meme of all the like the triangles and the map and everything. Just
We
Has some notes? Sorry?
we came here to get Rutherford to help us plug the at least attempt to plug the hole at Silverpool.
yeah, I know.
And it's where the first one was. It's the most corrupted area.
Oh, it's
Silverpool.
Silverpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very
Yeah.
evil and dark and nasty.
I believe at this
Not
point,
so.
Katako would look at you and say, "Why the hell do the Thayans want her?" As he just like goes to snatch the map out of your hand, actually. 13 plus 12 for 25. He grabs the thing out with a deft, fantastically fast kingpin swipe. And as he holds it aloft for a moment, wow, I never. What are these places? I've seen that though. They're all mapped out. After he like holds it out towards you, where'd you get that?
I take it back and I roll a 17 for dexterity. So pop him on the head.
Settle it.
And
He doesn't actually move. You like literally pop him and he just completely still like an elephant just
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Yeah, she doesn't move hard.
He doesn't, yeah.
And she simply says, "It was a gift from my father."
Tycho's got some strange data. Strange information. But yeah, so that's all he says. He looks over towards you guys and says, "So yeah, Silverpool. I suppose everyone's in, huh?"
I'm here.
Alright. After which, he looks around, looks over towards you and then yourself, and says, "Normally we'd be asking for your favors, but of course, as you might know, we can only get us so close. But if you can get us to 3 trees, then from there, we can take a boat. Ferryman might be willing to get us within about an hour's worth of walking. Who's to say?"
Hey.
I'll pull out my stone from my bedroom and be like, 3 trees, right here.
He gives a nod at this and looks over towards John.
I've got a boat.
John, give a,
It's here.
where is your boat actually?
It's here. We flew it here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The air-
We totally forgot to mention that on us. Wait, did you get the airship or did you get no? You haven't got the airship yet.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah,
air
we got
dinghy.
the little air dinghy.
Oh yeah, right.
Monday, Wednesday. It's called
Seaward. Yeah. I'm mixing up my session.
That's what I was doing last time.
Sorry.
I swear we had an airship.
My bad.
We do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in the Monday game.
No, that's right. So you can fly it if you want.
It barely fit our party.
Yeah, so Kataka's not going to be able to fly the but he looks down at you and then looks over at John. And Dorimo says, "I will take care of the homestead. I believe in you, Kataka. And you all." As he looks about at a lot of you guys.
We need to have grass first.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I want to get.
Solitaire says,
I
don't bid farewells just yet.
We're going to
Let's have a
Silverpool.
beer, let's play some songs.
We need some
have a
protection from people, some sort of pendulum, something.
I'm
John,
required to conduct a ceremony before we leave.
John looks at you for a moment and then looks over at Kataka and he says, "I don't believe that's a euphemism, John. But in terms of what we can help out with protections, I mean," he gestures over towards and John looks at him. Yeah, I think we can do so. He looks over towards the vault just behind him, and he says, "The Eris vault is available to you. If you would so wish to take upon something from it, I would be more than happy to donate it for the effort."
Can we check and see if there's any armor in it?
Draxus has already opened the door.
We need protection from dark.
Yeah.
We're going.
Undead.
Yeah.
From undead.
Anything in that dark range.
The beyond the vault ends up looking like a bit of a old small museum room of sorts, like a little reliquary. It's got a what looks to be a strange metal suit in the corner with a strange faceplate upon it and a bunch of hose coming off the head. It's got bookshelves galore of various jars and curtains of various potions and bric-a-brac ingredients and shit. A couple scroll racks with various scrolls and a few books, not too many. But then there's a bunch of weaponry, swords, axes, bows, a couple crossbows, mostly heavy crossbows, and one small crossbow. And stacks of arrows and bolts. A couple leather kind of apparatuses that look like they're for holding ammunition. And finally a couple barrels of foodstuffs.
So there's a suit of armor in the corner, you said?
It doesn't look like functional armor. It looks like a sealed up hermetic suit of sorts. Something completely metal with a hose coming off the head. Looks very heavy.
Looks like a diver suit.
Very much so.
Protection from the tar diver suit.
As you look upon it, it looks like more than just water is meant to be kept out. It does in fact look like it's made of some strange leather, and you recognize it as lizardman skin. After a moment of looking it over, you see that it's been reinforced at the joints. with several layers of lizardman skin. All told, you'd imagine there's a couple lizardmen that went into this, like full-size lizard dudes, went into the making of this suit. What the hose is made of is the same material, and it's probably about, you're having a tough time counting. You're gonna guess about 5 feet worth of hose in a crate next to it. That said, like I said, there's a big variety of various weapons with it. Oh, and there's finally one sort of bust of various jewelries kind of draped off it. A couple amulets, a couple duplicative amulets, and you can see there's a little hand mannequin too with a couple rings, just like 3 rings on the thing. So
Can I have some rings? I'll ask them.
John simply gestures and says, "By all means, I should think, fill your boots. If you'll be going to Silverpool, I'd rather see them used than sit here gathering dust."
Solitaire looks at his
Okay.
boots.
So, what kind of stuff do we have? Should we roll for them? Or?
Can I look for a ring of necrotic weapons?
I just want some bling.
We're gonna do.
Or an amulet if possible.
What's the suit for?
He says it was once for diving, and then it was reinforced for traversing deep points of the tar.
Indeed, Eddie.
Right. Oop, there. Where we at? Trying to find a fucking tables in here. I don't want the weapon. Let's get that in. Yeah, how's the list? No, compendium. Random.
I say to one of them, I bet you got nothing in there that's as sweet as this. As I bring up my +2 Don Diogo scimitar. Check this thing out. Not as like a bragging thing, but just like
The boy man.
Admiring armor.
so it is still.
He says, "Yeah, we got a bunch of those."
Oh, do you?
He gets around.
Oh, that all done?
Yeah, you know.
Well,
We used to sell those for him, actually. They're
Oh, yeah.
kind of bargain bin. Oh my god, you fucking thing. It's leading. Seriously? That's annoying. Trying to find one reference to a goddamn treasure table is a real pain in the ass. Okay, so first and foremost, you got on the hand 2 ruby rings, to both of which he points to and says they are rings of protection.
Rings of protection? Of which
Yeah.
kind?
Or sorry, they're
There's also string
green.
of wax to AC.
So there's 2 Netherese rings of protection, as I said on the.
everyone's searching.
So green glass rings, and then
Harder than steel.
the last one he said is, as you look upon it, it's got a little hummingbird on it. It's a ring of evasion.
Yoink! I will take that if I can.
Which?
Ring of evasion.
Got a hummingbird on it. That's totally something to do.
Alright.
With the amulets hanging off it. Oops. The one you can see is a amulet with the symbol of Kellamvor upon it. It's got a silvery surface to it. Looks a bit skull-ish, like a stylized skull, but kind of cloudy, if that makes sense. The short, it's got the crest of Kellamvor on it. It's a amulet of the devout.
Amulet of Devout?
Mm-hmm. You can look it up.
Sounds good. That might be a cake thing.
What?
Amulet of Devout? I'm looking it up right now.
Of the devout?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
There's one that's simple
What do I look
gold circle.
I
New
would
ring.
be interested in a ring.
No, they were talking.
That's cool.
They were talking about the ring of the devout.
There's one on there. It's like a simple gold circle with the symbol of Lathander upon it, and it's a amulet of health.
Ooh.
So yeah, this is definitely something for you. Yep. You get a plus
These are good
one.
things.
Oh, you get a +1 to spell attack rolls with a saving throw DC of your spells, and then you can channel divinity feature without expending one of the feature's uses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's that.
That'll come in real handy when it's time to exercise massive amounts of it.
Yeah.
Take that.
So that's
Can I
definitely
take
for
one
you.
of the rings of protection?
I don't have anything.
It's 2 rings of protection.
Okay, well,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I can also cast protect from good or evil. So like I can specify your safe or resistant to undead
Okay.
or like
Perfect.
necrotic damage.
The
Okay.
ring of
Sorry,
protection.
is it a
is-
+1, 2, or 3?
there's two.
Okay. What flavor?
You'll say in there Netherese Ring of Protection.
Okay.
And then there's a whole bunch of potions, like I mentioned. And Katika gestures and says, yeah, potions of punching.
Sorry,
And
was
there-
the amulet of the devout +3 or 2 or 1?
It will be a +1.
Okay, so that does this.
Wait, I don't think it has a plus.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Does it? Oh, okay, sorry. Yes, no, that one did. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's a +1.
Okay.
Now I remember. It had a D3
Unless
on
I
it.
can just- Okay.
Wow.
That's why I wanted
the last part.
+1 bonus saves and checks made to avoid being disarmed.
Okay,
So
so
cool if I have one of those 2.
I'll have one. You can have one. Unless
Ring of protection.
it's a Netherese Ring of Protection. It doesn't really do exactly as you think, but it's just looking up. I want
How do
one.
you spell it? Yeah.
Well, I'm taking one.
I've already got a ring, so if anybody
If
else
there's
wants
one left over, I'll please put one more ring.
So, equipment.
But I don't want to take it from anyone else because I already got a new one.
So they were saying there's 10 potions of pugilism and 10 potions of bludgeoning resistance.
Nice.
I'll take those.
To which Dorimo says, yes, Father would train us heavily, and these were the tools with which we would learn.
I'm gonna take 3 potions.
You're taking the ring
Which ring?
of protection.
Yeah,
Only
I
if it's
remember
not
Dad
covered
would
in
do this about Ivy.
I haven't grabbed anything yet. Have you
Oh, well,
already
then it
grabbed
should go to you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, because I got the amulet of the boat. I was just thinking if it was gonna be left behind, then I might as well take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
What are you getting?
The ring of protection.
Okay.
The Netherese ring?
It's +1 AC, which you desperately want. Right? Yeah, okay.
Does that affect? Okay, it does. Good. I just want to make sure that.
It's yours.
Some items they don't adjust it. Some items
I'll
they do.
take 3 potions of bludgeoning resistance.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna have that. What about arrows of holy? Or something?
Oh, like some sort of radiant damage arrows? He looks up towards him and says, best we got, I think, is some fireworks up there.
I'm gonna already do fire.
But we do have, and he glances over towards the 2 dragon head ammunition for that for a little bit. As John simply just looks down at it and then gives it a heft and says, John, really, you don't have to. Actually, John, please don't. But as Katika takes down this box of ammunition, Kadunk puts it down and hefts off the lid of it. You see that basically this thing has like little miniature tubular dragons that load into it, and there's gonna be indicate 11 of them. One already in the tube, obviously, unfired. So a full complement of all 12. And yeah, kind of looks at John and then hefts up the tube himself, and then looks towards you and says, "Yeah, probably not." Then looks over towards you. There you go, buddy. This seems more your flavor. As you look upon it, look at the head of it, where it's got like the dragon head, kind of looks like Bahamut.
Nice.
Sorry, you were saying?
And it shoots arrows, or
It shoots fucking rockets, dude. This thing's a bazooka.
okay.
He looks towards the crate and says, "Not these." And he picks them up, and they're probably gonna be like yay big. And they just fit into the stunk, and you aim it, and he says, "There's got a lever up here. You just kind of give it a yank, and it ignites them. And way to go!"
Do you have to have a case for these, like a satchel belt?
He looks over towards the various walls of the place, and Doramo says, "I apologize. I left that at the last king party.
All kinds.
I am not joking.
All kinds of things can fit in those tubes.
The party was amazing. Thank you." Nobody asked, Doramo.
It's fun to share.
John simply looks between them and then looks at you all and says, "As it stands, you can take what you need, but I hope that it is enough. Know that Silverpool is not silver in any way at all, so far as our scouts have said."
Can we take that suit?
He looks over towards it and simply says, "It is a family heirloom, my brother. Is there a sensible reason that you need it?"
Well, we're going to plug the hole where all the tires come.
Rutherford needed to go down and fix the thing.
Rutherford looks up towards him and says, "I would not fit in that. Unfortunately, it will not serve us in any way. And I do not need to go underground, as I know of. There is no reason that I should have to go
Just checking.
under the cars."
So I got the bazooka. What should I write that down as?
Oh yeah, there is in fact a bazooka.
What's it called? Just bazooka?
I'll tell you in a minute. Take a guess here.
Hey, you know what? Solitaire looks over to Draxus as he likes that ring he's got hummingbird on it. We should change rings.
What does that ring do?
This one allows you to successfully pass dex saves if you fail them. Right? Plus 8 to dex saves. You don't really need it. And your AC is already 22, so you don't really need it. That's your AC, mine's 17.
Yeah, but it's a frontline meat shield.
But I'm a mage shield.
So
But I'm a magnum meat shield. And like,
you are.
that little bit.
What's your AC already?
You,
So that's
I'm 24.
6 higher than.
you
I'm
could be an
24.
acrobatic god.
Well, what I'm saying is I probably won't ever use it.
You can dodge it.
I'm gonna pass
Yeah.
dex
I can
saves.
just beat it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, just in case you want to dodge dragon breath or something, who knows what we're gonna come up against? Maybe
But
that's-
you can be Robin, who's Batman.
So I'll take this.
Oh, get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have sex.
I have fleshed out Solitaire's thing a little bit more.
Nice.
His backstory. There's a traveling circus that travels. It's the campaign that I'm doing with my family. Travels between all the planes. It
Oh, I
visits
saw
different
that
planes
one. I
every 8 years.
found the dead clown.
And it's, yeah, he's from there. That's where he started, and he
Okay.
just decided he'd been there long enough, and it was time to go. And
The
this is where he got
ammunition
dropped off.
is grenade, fragmentation,
Some water for-
and you can write in grenade launcher.
Grenade
going on
launcher,
on
grenade
that?
fragmentation.
So basically, you got it'll fire up to 120 feet away. You have 12 grenades. These are actual items in the thing. You can look them up. So it's basically, it works like a fireball. It's dex 15 to dodge, 5d6 damage. Anybody in 60 feet is hit with it. Oh no, sorry. Anything within 20 feet of it.
That's how I'm justifying him being a monk as well, because he was a circus performer.
So 40-foot diameter centered on where it explodes.
Training and
Yeah.
constantly.
Which is wherever it impacts. That said, yeah, as far as crossbows, there's 2 heavy crossbows that are +2, and there is 1 hand crossbow that is +2.
That's your new luck.
And various silver swords. Each of them are like +1 or +2, as the case might be. And finally, there's a double-headed battle axe situated in a frame on the wall. And as you look upon it, you can see it's got a thick haft, 2 blades, look sharp, serrated, and beaten well into the razor edge that you can see from even here. It's set behind the glass, and is about 6 feet up in this chamber. The battle axe itself is probably going to be about 7 feet in haft. So bigger. Maybe more of a. I don't think I could pull it. It's a big double-headed.
Yep. Not saying that thing.
Yeah. Really something. With that said,
I'm gonna take one of those ammunition belts that you mentioned.
Okay.
And Solitaire's gonna do the old thigh wrap with it.
Okay.
Blow himself up with crossbow bolts. He's not gonna use his crossbow a lot, so
each one will hold 20 on you.
yeah, okay.
So your quiver.
I probably would shoot that.
Yeah, it is. Is there another one of those? There's still
Is there such things as like radiant hand grenades? Like holy hand grenades?
Yeah, maybe bullet hand
Water bombs, but I bless them because I
That might
hate
be
holy
like
water.
I'm not actually sure.
that
Yeah.
might be like a trademarked item.
Can we bless holy water? Like, and just throw
Water bombs.
water
'cause
bombs after things?
I can do that.
There
I can make
are-
holy water.
Yeah, I'd be asking if they have like,
I can.
as a religious book.
Solitaire gets all excited and then realizes you guys are talking about beer.
John simply says, with the Osmonds' departure, the Church of Kellenborg has not seen too much influence. They may have some, but their supply is usually quite small.
Oh, Sandra's just gonna pipe up and say, I can create it.
Do you guys, I'm sure you're all aware of this, so I think Solitaire would know this, if we're going to be fighting things like skeletons, bludgeoning damage, they're weak to. And slashing and piercing, I believe they're resistant to.
So bashing with a Morning Star.
Club to a skeleton does twice as much.
Oh yeah, she's gonna light up at this because killing the undead is Lathander's thing. That is like her primary oath. And she's like, yes, smash their bones,
Let's go do that.
crush their skulls,
Let's go do that.
show them the light.
But first we must rest and be merry.
We do need that.
First,
Everybody has their tomes that they can read and then sleep.
yes.
We're all stocked up. The loot gods have.
I have information on everyone's tomes and what they do and who does what. If you don't have it already, so I kept that information still. So
Ryan gave me +1 to Constitution.
whatever it is.
I don't think I could afford it, so I don't remember if I own it or not. So
Fair enough.
I don't know. So this was spell.
I got Jordan, Andrew, Jordan, Kate, and then Riley.
I didn't get one.
Sweet. You got 1 of strength.
I spent all my money on
Okay.
Sweet bow.
You got 1 of strength.
Oh, sick. Okay.
That is a sweet belt.
It's awesome.
Sweet belt. What the fuck with you guys? Come on. Fuck you,
Yeah, Riley got
wizards.
that one. You
Fuck your fucking 2024
Constitution.
bullshit. I don't want it on the list. I gotta fucking look through double the listings to find my shit.
I got 1 of
Fucking silly business. You don't even have an
Popular
option.
opinion, but I've always sworn by books. In the long run, I feel like they're more efficient. You get to know the book so well, and then go to look for magic. I'm sure you know.
I'm not gonna argue. You're not wrong.
You know exactly what part of the book you're going to, and often you flip within one or two.
I just don't want to
pages.
admit you're right, damn it, because I pay as much as I did for the fucking application. Shut up.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
I appreciate.
You're totally correct. Fuck off with that information. I don't want to even know it.
I appreciate your buying all those books because now I have access to all of them.
I mean, really, that's the other side of it. It was the Master's Collection as of like, I don't know, a year ago now, I guess. Lots come out since then. Mostly bullshit.
New stuff that you don't have.
No, it's like 2024 crap that I don't need.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I watched about an hour's interview with some YouTuber where he was talking to Mike Rurals. For those who don't know, Mike Rurals was the lead designer on Dungeons and Dragons 4th and 5th edition, and went on quite the almost like a hit piece, but a tirade about how 5.5 effectively 5.5 of 2024 does nothing but add stack to a system that already works. So it was already designed to be simple. It's supposed to be simple.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that there's so much out there, so many different RPG offerings, so many pencil and paper options that we as consumers, we aren't beholden to this one. Use whatever the fuck we want. We can get it, you know? A role-playing game about sex with goats on fire, you know, a specified type of goat, as George Alexander once said about the internet. You know, and it's just that way with the selection of products that we have in terms of TTRPG.
There's a lot.
Options.
There's
There is. There's
a lot
ridiculous
of them that I've played are totally fleshed out very well and not balanced great.
Leads a lot to the imagination and that kind of stuff
Yeah.
in some cases.
I had a good idea for one.
Yeah.
It might already be done, but think like Wreck-It Ralph. There's like a bunch of different video game characters that meet in the plugin. Have you seen
Sounds like GURPS already.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You
Yeah,
can be like
like
an action
literally-
hero or
That's
you can
literally
be-
what the generic universal role-playing system.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
good to
exactly
say.
what it is. It's by Steve Jackson Games. He guys brought us Munchkin. Yeah. Yeah, Munchkin's fantastic. But yeah,
Yeah.
GURPS GURPS is, I think, like 30 years old. Don't quote me. It might even be like 50 years old. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it came out in the 70s.
I just heard something. I
The
was listening to
1970s.
a podcast at work a little while ago, and his office was raided by the CIA.
Steve Jackson?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And that's why he made that game that's called Remnants or something like that.
It's called the Bean. That's take it.
I know
Follow.
I had
Some
really
call
fast.
me.
I don't know where the
There he is. And that, you have been here the
Yeah.
whole time. Look at
There
you.
you are.
I
Sarah.
hope you brought it in. Oh, holy. Sir.
So
Awesome.
I didn't find any armor in there.
I should have
Well, thank you for that, whoever that was.
Yes.
That's my Calgary number. I was like half of like days. I'm like,
So there was no armor in there, plus 2 armor.
No, there was no plus 2 on that. There was a
Just that suit.
very protective suit that would see you defended from hosts. And with that arrival, I give you. So maybe this. We go. This way. I have a dream. I have a dream. It's gonna be like this. Like this.
We got access to the loot room. if you
Yeah.
want Anything.
We got access to the loot room. So if there's anything
I
you
got the
want.
dragon grenade. I got the dragon.
with that. You were brought up to speed as far as anything goes. Any items that you want to grab? There was 10 potions of pugilism, or as Caddy calls them, potions of punching, and 10 potions of resisting bludgeoning damage. As Dormo would say, how father trained us.
Cool. Am I allowed to, like, am I only allowed one or?
No, John Harris has said, fill your boots. I would rather that they went to use than sat here gathering dust.
Did anybody else grab any of the potions?
She got different potions.
I grabbed 3 of each.
I grabbed 3 bludgeoning.
Potion of pugilism
I'll
and
grab-
potion of bludgeoning resistance.
As for rings, necklaces,
I'll grab those.
what is in the room?
There was an amulet of health and 2 amulets of shit. Not shit, literally, but like not remember.
Just throw it on, push it on.
Oh, what the fuck? This all?
Amulet of dysentery.
Projectile dysentery.
What were the potions? Potions of bludgeoning defense?
There's also a ring of projectile leprosy. I wouldn't
God,
suggest
it's coming
putting it
out
on.
both ends.
It might be cursed. It depends on your perspective. But that said,
Amulet of hell. Ooh, I could wear that.
there was a bunch of swords,
still up for
axes. Sorry?
The amulet of health is still up for grabs.
No, I believe you grabbed that. I thought you grabbed the amulet of health.
What's the amulet of health?
Makes your con 9. Or, sorry, 19.
Oh, no.
Makes your con 19.
No, it wasn't amulet of health. Then. It was
You
an
didn't look
amulet
it
of
up?
devotion.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
grabbed
amulet of
health.
devout that you grabbed. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's also the amulet of health on there. Still.
Blunt resist or force resist?
Blood resist. Bludgeon resist.
Can I have the amulet of health?
I have no qualms. I just forget sure. Nobody else is taking it. I would suggest take it while the taking's good.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, it does stuff.
Clearly, we should all play to death for it.
And then I put it on before we rest, and I'll get extra hit.
Radiant bows or stuff.
Oh,
bows, like ammunition.
Bludgeoning defense.
Yeah, he says arrows of flame,
Yeah.
and he looks up at the various bows and he says, "Yeah, mostly picked clean."
Cool.
And John simply says, "We still have some of the better quality bows, but not the best. No, they have been used by the scouts and lost to the wastes. Should you be out towards Silverpool, most likely you'll find some of the finer pieces that we invested thusly."
I'll pull out my bow, like the Don Diego bow, but like this is like a good baseline.
And he looks up towards and says, "Effectively, we have the same."
Yeah.
As he points up towards and you see like the older model of your bow.
Yeah.
It says the Don Diego 5, you know, the Don Diego 7.
Very nice.
So
Is there a crossbow light?
there was
I
a
don't- I
hand
like
crossbow,
crossbow.
a hand crossbow, and 2 heavy crossbows. 2 heavy crossbows and the hand crossbow are all +2.
Okay, I'll grab one of those and slip through.
Done.
Crossbow.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
potions of health, anything like that?
Oh yeah, he says there's a crate over there, and it is. We'll say there's 3 crates of 4, so there are 12 health potions altogether,
Okay.
and they
Not
are
Ooh.
they are of
I want some.
superior. Well, no, they're not superior. Shit, I gotta look at the various grades.
Do they have a Bangalore thing? Or that potion sash?
Sorry?
Do they have a potion sash in there?
Oh, a Bandolera?
Yeah.
I would say odds or evens.
Even.
Odds or evens.
Even.
Odds or evens.
Even.
Yes. They have 5.
Oh wow.
Bandolier of what?
It's a potion holder, so it doesn't take an action to get one. You just take multiple ones.
Oh, can I get that and put my grenades in it?
They hold 2 potions apiece.
Okay, well, I'll take one. Then I will put 2 of the potions of the 12 that you said, or whatever it was, in it. And they are potions of what?
So then 2
There's actually 48 potions.
48?
Yeah, there's 4 crates of 12 apiece.
Oh, even better.
No, I said there's 4 crates of 3 crates of 4.
Oh,
Yeah, 12.
Oh.
Okay. So I did hear it. I like your
And it was the bludgeoning resist and the other thing.
Right.
Trying to find
Those
any of
potions of pugilism. Take all.
As you look upon the various crates, I want to point out that one of them is a crate of 4 elixirs of health.
Oh, you're pampering us.
I don't have any of those things.
You're
Like,
stocking up, dude.
potion of poison, potion of poison, potion of
I mean, if I'm gonna kill you, I want to do it in style. Look at all our nice shit that we're dying with. That's really how you make
potion of what?
a player feel valued.
Potion of peace.
Alright.
Yeah, because it's in the 2024
man.
rules. I just had to Google it.
Okay,
So
so
the potion of pugilism, after you drink it for 10 minutes, every unarmed strike you make deals an extra 1d6 force damage.
That's a great thing for you.
and I'll take the blunt one. That one, dude.
My
apologies, how many elixirs did you say there were? Was that the
1
12?
box of 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take one of those.
That sounds good. And I will give you a. Bring it. Oh my god. Ridiculous.
And then yeah, just the last thing is just the health ones that I need to know.
I'm also gonna grab one of the bandoliers and preload it with 2 health potions.
Okay, sounds good. And why did I not find these? Okay, what the shit? I just searched for this, and how am I not finding that?
Did you search our health potion or potion of health?
Potion of healing, actually.
Yeah,
and
because they're very
I'm
fucking annoying about that when you try to look for them.
Yeah.
in-
No, you can't just type in the one word you want, health or healing. It's like no,
That's
you have
right.
to write it. Like you have to do potion of.
I don't do that.
There we go. Potions of healing.
I just do healing.
Perfect. As they were.
Just heal you.
Folks, we have 1 box of 4 potions of greater healing, and 1 box of 4 superior healing.
All right.
I'll take.
So 4 and 4.
So I
I'll
want
take
to
a
take.
superior.
I want a superior. Take the 2
greater.
graders.
Yeah, I'll just take one and one as well.
One of each.
So there's only 4 available, right? 2 and 2.
There's 8 total.
I can
There's
so
8 total potions.
Okay, I'll
4
take
of
one.
each type.
2,
4 of each type.
8.
I'm gonna take all of the potions of pugilism.
The remaining one.
I probably
Potion.
Or no, yeah. The
There
remaining.
was 10.
Just
You said,
3.
right?
3 were taken. Were 3 only taken by you? Nobody else took them?
Nobody else wants.
Oh.
it. Nobody else ever uses.
We don't do
it.
it.
Strikes.
Homeboy's gonna be punching a lot.
That's what I do. Play the loot and I punch.
Sounds like a good plan. Alright. Solid all around.
I'm actually only gonna take 5 because 10 is overkill. We're gonna use 10. They last for
Aren't you
10
though?
minutes.
Aren't you? Alright,
10 minutes is a long time. Okay. Take them all. Throw them in my back. They're probably gonna smash.
I mean, yes.
Oh,
I can argue.
Oh,
That's one of the models of stuff in your backpack.
That's
I'm
Put the shit out.
making that cool, man. Roll me a d6. That's how many breaks. That's really it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't be sloshing around potions.
Just jiggling and wiggling.
So, everybody satisfied?
What? I know you go
There's
rest.
potion bandoliers
Oh, is
though, you
Kirk
said?
on it?
Yeah, there was 5 of them. Each of them holds 2. That allows you to drink off a potion as a bonus action.
Okay.
They mount on the thigh.
Okay. Strapped. So I'm only taking 2 of the potions. That's my final answer. And they're strapped to my leg.
Fine.
So I'd like to stress that we need a very good long night's rest sleep tonight,
Yeah.
not just like a little short long rest. I want to read my book and I want to have a long rest too.
So I kind of want to party. We're in a fucking castle.
Hey, go ahead. If I read
As I
this
grab
book,
one of the potions of
I get an
pugilism,
ability score,
chug
which
it.
actually bumps me from 17 to an 18, which is a dramatic increase because it's across the board increase. So I need it.
With that,
And we're not going to 3 trees? I don't think. Well,
It's the wrong direction.
well, they need to go to 3 trees to get on a boat to go there because they can't fit on our airship. So if we
We have an airship?
there's a little the C word.
Yeah. The C word. Matey.
It's not like
Like SEA.
Yeah, like,
words, not-
and if we go to 3
not
trees,
like
I can
we-
go to that armor that I'm
yeah, action.
Hector. Well down.
I
So
made that character for you.
I'll ask the boys. how are we gonna do this? We want to meet at 3 trees and then we
Just
go
use
from
your
there.
stone.
I was just gonna
When
say
you
that.
say you're asking the boys, you mean you're asking like Kapika?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to.
Asking the girls.
We are,
brothers.
but they have to get there too. They can't fit it on their ship. So
Kanika looks around and then simply says, I can organize myself to travel. I'm sure. There's got to be a ferryman that'll take me down.
I can get you to 3 trees yesterday.
Instantaneous.
Well, in that case, as soon as I can get to 3 trees, I can organize this mess I'm going from.
Okay.
Let's open the door.
And how long does it take for him to fly to 3 trees?
Like half an hour.
Okay. So how about we meet at my house, and then we can figure out who wants to rest where. We'll go from there. And then we get our long rest in. We can quickly level up.
We're in a castle. Why don't we just rest here? I'm sure they've got mighty
Yeah,
blocks of
We
mead.
can, and then we can go from there.
Yeah.
Let's long rest right now.
Train with the current master at arms, so I can get some mastery for.
Okay. Let's do that.
Solitaire's gonna
Long rest
start
now,
playing
then we'll
drinking
travel
song.
soon.
That's right.
Long rest.
I'm going to start leveling up now, and add my 1 Constitution point from reading my book.
Level up time?
Yep.
Yeah, so she's gonna come
The
and
dance
protect
back.
herself in the courtyard and do some training and reflect on her tone.
Every inanimate object in this castle is an image. Like
That's
the
right.
way out.
Your dad tried to feed you, right?
Oh god.
That's for level
Could you
11.
imagine that being like an entire fucking campaign? You think you're going to go upgrade your weapon, and it's a mimic. Everything is a mimic.
It does so much damage. Because it's a mimic.
No, like you don't know what could be a mimic. Literally anything. For like half the time.
Even from your have your players wondering what's not a mimic.
Yeah. Sorry, so the strength tome, she gets a +1.
Yeah.
Jordan?
Yes.
Gee.
What I would do is actually look it up and apply it from your backpack, because then it might actually just do all the work for you.
Oh, it's like an actual in-game.
Yeah, it's a tome. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh my god, I'm making him
Andrew? Would you?
No,
What?
Yeah.
Not biking, but there's something in it.
Taylor Jordan?
No, thank you.
I'll try and bite. Sure.
Whoa. I needed that though. Woke up all like fucking groggy. Said Andrew, you come to D&D? Yeah. Look at the time, I'm like,
Oh,
oh fuck.
oh there.
I did not mean to pass up.
So, that's not finished cooking for it.
The only times I'm finding are for like wisdom and intelligence. Do I just do a custom item then?
Should we just custom add our ability score up, or should we look for the actual
What's
tome?
the end?
Well, I
It'll,
put in
it'll
tome,
mechanically do the thing.
and all there is the tome of clear thought, leadership and influence, understanding, and distilled.
When I read my book, I just modified my ability score through the character sheet
Yeah.
menu.
I might just have to do that.
No?
Okay, so
That's why it's blue now.
how do I do that though?
So
point by?
no.
Customize?
Manage characters and levels. How else do it is. So you go to your abilities.
Yeah.
Your abilities page,
Yeah.
and then under the whatever one you're editing,
Yeah.
it should have like a modify button.
I can't.
Abilities. Sure, except all pictures.
Yeah, just
Like down
press
here,
on the
like
black
on this
part.
part.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, scroll down,
Got it.
and then it says override score.
Okay.
Oh, I just went and put it into other, so it up.
Under modifier, either or would work.
Yeah, it changed my
To 4.
She's also gonna master the quarter step and take a fighter level. Spar the master at arms.
Sweet, they're gonna fucking get action surge and fucking and stuff.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want to attack more than one
I
snake.
applied the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. That's not right. Why did you do that? That's not right.
What I'm really after is an additional bonus action slot though, so I can do like hit and then hit and use like one bonus action for action surge to hit twice, and then bonus action for shield. And then both hits are followed up by minus.
You're gonna need more than one level in fighter to get the 2 attacks on one action.
Oh,
Double strike or whatever it is.
I like perfect world. She'd be 10 and a 10 cleric and fighter. I think I'd go with knight.
Cool. My elemental monk, I can now do like a little bomb of energy, like a Hadouken. Blows up in a sphere.
So this cinnamon.
Cool. Cool spell.
Well, cinnamon. I tried making it different. Make it easier. You might want to push it up from the bottom.
Yeah, man.
There.
Little one.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Alright.
Okay. Now, I'm level up.
The other ones aren't.
This one was more in the center, so that makes sense.
Yeah, the ones on the corners were like bursting out and starting to burn the sugar.
Don't worry, hey, you're all happy dough. I'm scared of no fucking dough burn bread dough.
I made it sea treated, so it's technically safe. The funny thing about raw cookie dough, it's actually not the raw egg that threatens you most, it's the flour. Because there's so many airborne contaminants in the mill when it goes through and it's not treated.
Meh. Hasn't killed me yet.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Hey, Dooley, what's up with you?
Oh no, we're good. Thank you. So say, amidst the dragon riders, by the way, or the wyvern riders.
What do you mean you missed them?
I meant to mention that each of them has like a bunch of shit on.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll-
we're supposed
I'll
to be
check.
collecting
Will
all
you
the
now?
poison sacks.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the dragons.
Episode.
I only wanted
I
the
know.
poisons.
I know, so we were looking at it.
I think
So
that's
I
all we
figured
did
I'd
was
mention it.
Yeah, I would like to look over what
You
is
got this
left
thing
of the
with
riders
that?
because they were
Yes, of course. Everybody at the same time, please. Everybody at the same time. Now that I mentioned it, everybody at the same time.
Well, the
I'm
riders
Everybody
were
at the same time.
incorporeal.
Sorry,
They
what?
were incorporeal.
Yeah, no, they turned to they were not incorporeal. They were amorphous. They were
I thought they
amorphous.
were wispy.
They were wispy. I mean, I'm debating because I want to be a prick. Regardless, they still had shit on them. If you remember, they were so clothed, so equipment. They were still hitting you with stuff that they were carrying. That was all still a thing. Yes.
I mean, I'll check them over for anything of interest, but if it's just like general gear, like a robe and a dagger.
Well, that's why I was saying. You know what? As you look them over, yes, they certainly have that stuff. Yeah. Yep. That. As the investigation says, they have those things. I guess we don't want to bother then. All right, that sounds good. Moving along. Does anybody want to actually just look them over? Yeah. All right, great. So each of them has a gauntlet. Each of the riders, the pilots, had a gauntlet upon them. It looks like it's made of scaled material. It is not lizard skin. Not like the suit situated in the closet. What's more is that cloaks that each of these guys wore with the hoods that they were, enwrapped in, has like a sort of pocket that is sewn in on the inside, on the other side, I guess. Whatever pouch is. In there, as you guys look through them, they've got Well, actually, who does look through these strange black robes with these strange thin
I'll look
weird
through
robes?
I only made a note about wanting to harvest the value parts of the.
Yeah,
Wyverns.
you and Scarsbat are literally going after the wyverns and got yourselves each, let's say, each of you got 2 of their poison glands at the end of it, which are highly valued actually. Wyvern glands is such, I think they're
You want mine?
100.
19 plus 1 for investigation.
You don't want them?
I want you to. I just like you to hold mine.
Yeah,
Something
but
eerie
I'm
about the
not
cloaks, as you touch them, they're very cold to the touch, and as you go to reach inside the pouch, you get a sense of bad juju as you start to reach in. You can make me a dex save. It's going to be 15 or better.
So,
16, cool. You take half of 5 necrotic damage, so it's going to be 2 necrotic damage as you reach in and find that there's a bunch of stuff in there. The first thing your hand grabs a hold of is it looks like a little ink vial of, as you look upon it, looks very familiar. As you shake it around, you can see that the sides of it have a bit of like ink there, but the inside is still powdery. It looks very similar to the ink vials that you saw Mordano using. Or actually, were you ever around the Black Circle? I don't think you ever were. Never mind.
No.
So you never saw Mordano using them. But as you produce it, you would recognize it as very similar to the ink vials that Mordano uses, that Mordano supplies for the use in the Black Circle.
Right.
We're
talking for the actual circle.
Yeah.
Dabbing.
It looks like portal ink,
Right.
but it looks like powderized form of portal ink.
Can I roll investigation for the other record?
You can, yeah, by all means. And then make me a con check. Sorry, I said a dex check.
Math 20.
That's stupid ass. Yeah, cool. Make me a con check as you reach in,
Constitution save.
and you're gonna pull out.
7.
Thank you much.
So good.
There is a piece of parchment that you yank out, and a ritual book, Ink to Ash, the Binding of Portals. And you're gonna take. What did you roll for your save?
7.
So you're gonna take 5 necrotic.
And what was the book?
It is
Portals?
Ink to Ash, the Binding of Portals.
Shine, what did I pull out? The same thing?
No, you pulled out the vial that you got.
Right.
You also pull out a pouch, I'm gonna say, and in that pouch there's a bunch of coinage. They're all of Thayan mint. That is to say, they're Thayan currency.
Gold.
Electrum.
Titanium. What?
Electrum. But you figure you can trade in these 50 odd coins for probably about 100 gold.
Each?
State currency.
Or
yeah.
total?
And then beside that, there's a smaller pouch in there, and it has a set of 3 little obsidian beads. You can throw me history. And as you look upon it, you can throw me history as well.
Are they all connected by short, thin strands?
They are all connected, sort of. But as you pull them apart, you realize it's by some strange force.
Oh, they're near. Okay.
Like magnets almost.
Yeah, I don't want to touch those.
What does it feel like?
They feel rough hewn actually on the surface.
Pretty
They're
green.
very much little obsidian beads. And the both of you look upon them and recognize them as trade beads. Each of them worth about 50 gold to the Black Circle specifically.
Nice.
So you can trade them in for service. They're like the John Wick coins. And then each of them had a bunch of daggers upon them. Each of them had 6 black ritual daggers.
6 black
6
ritual
each?
daggers.
Yeah, and the cloaks themselves, as you continue to dig through them, you can each make me another Constitution save, 16 or better.
18.
You take half of 6, which is 3.
25.
We'll take half of 8, which is 4. You continue to dig through and find half-burnt blueprints of early designs for components of some mechanical forms.
I look at them with a bit of confusion.
Hmm?
I look at them with a bit of confusion.
If you open them up,
I'm not a
Rutherford
gear.
can be seen with his eyes going wide as he looks upon them.
I look at Rutherford and go,
That's not Rutherford.
never mind. I'm okay.
As the dwarf looks up at you strangely, and he says, simply, I had no idea a Dragonborn could imitate a bird so capably. It was impressive. Thank you for that moment.
I compose
I
myself.
may have urinated myself. I require fresh breeches, he says simply, as John says, we will have them delivered immediately.
By any chance, was this in that treasure room?
There was a ring of
She does it compulsively, like
Big
those
sweet.
Were either of those
Where?
magic users wearing heavy plate level 2?
You know. That said, he
I
looks
turn to
with
Rutherford
wide
with the
eyes
glance
on the blueprints and says, these are distillerator blueprints. Look at this. The various components upon here. They're very similar to what I was assembling outside.
What would they be doing with these?
I am imagining that they were looking for me, perhaps to compare or to have me complete. They seem as if they're missing pieces. He looks them over and you can see like bits of them were burnt away. So,
So perhaps they weren't just here for us. Alessandra.
this distillerator is originally Irengarten technology. He looks at you as you look suspiciously at him, and he just simply looks up at you innocently. He goes back to the blueprints. His cat just gives a bit of a giggle to the side. And as he looks upon them, he says, my God, look at this. And he points up, and Katika comes forth, and he kind of like raises up his helmet. If I didn't know any better. And Rutherford looks over towards him and then looks at you all as you roll me history.
No, really, then?
20.
3.
19.
You recognize the landform of Silverpool from the map upon
They're from Silverpool.
the blueprints of the distillery.
Me too.
Finally. As Katika gives a low, look at this. It looks like there's a bunch of tunnels underneath the place. It looks like they've been working on it. Wait a minute. Does this mean that my family may be innocent of all wrongdoing, in fact? Perhaps the drovers were never, in fact, responsible for any vandalism. Was this all Thayan's to begin with? Were we so base? I would hate to think. Anyhow. As he contends and wrestles with this for a moment, looking over towards the lot of you, Katika just kind of looks over at looks the blueprints up and down as you all look at the blueprints as well. And finally, you find a parchment. And upon that parchment, you see a black sigil burnt into it. You can see that the sigil itself seems to have bled, as if somebody stamped the page and the page bled out. And you can see in a beautiful cursive handwriting, the first thing that catches your eyes is in the corner, the floral-looking signature, but then the words that read out, "Bring me the Osran boy alive. If the iron dwarf resists, burn him. Take his notes." And in the corner, the signature simply says Zastam.
Zastam?
Direct orders from.
Who's that?
That's another donation. Thank you, sir.
Well, Colin, thank you very much.
With that, as you look over the various words upon it, like I said, it's very floral, very beautiful stuff. The notes upon the schematics show black tunnels underneath the pump stations. Rutherford immediately points out these are probably the reason that the pumps were so effective. He says after a moment's consideration of what the word should be, and says, they must be caved in. Simply put, there is not enough resistance if this is the case. They must be caved in. This is not the right cycle of it all. Did they do this knowingly? I cannot imagine the goal of it. And he looks over towards the vial that you've got in your hand, the vial of like black tar. It would seem the Erengottans are not the only one who are already using it. The Thayans, I would simply say, are a bit behind the times.
Troubling indeed.
Anyway, with that,
This is still in the evening? Like before we rest, technically?
more or less during the time that you guys are resting. Yeah.
What was that name? Zalak?
Zastam
Zastam.
is a famous thing. The lord of the whole province, country, city-state.
I have a forgery kit that I'm proficient with.
As you look upon the floral handwriting, you think you could probably pull that off.
So I'm going to take it and see if I can pull it off.
Yeah, it'll take some practice, but easily enough.
This is unknown to me at this point, but
Otherwise,
Retreat orders. Tell them to leave. Never return.
so I guess that's kind of what my rest what I'll be working on.
Finally, there's one last vial that Draxus will pull out. And as you do, you hear a familiar and sudden voice interject as you hear the slithering of a large snake within your vicinity as you hold upon, similar to the previous vial, cylinder of crystal. And as you give it a shake, it, I would say, bounces around inside. It's a black tarry substance, kind of gooey, but I want you to imagine the symbiote from Spider-Man as it kind of splashes itself against the side, and then finds where your hand is gripping the crystal and seems to like mimic against it. As you move it over in the other hand, it moves to that one side. You can hear moving around as it does. And the other thing I want to mention is that there's a bit of parchment that's rolled around it with a bit of string tied to it. Classic.
Can I pretend it's more like flubber and friendly? Cook it in a
I
steak.
mean, I just work here, sir. You're free to pretend whatever you want.
But then I unravel the parchment and just read it in my head.
As you look upon the simple parchment, you can see
And I take a look at it with this.
it doesn't reveal anything new. As you look upon it with the geometry seeing, it doesn't show anything different. The writing stays. But what you do see is that it is complicated, whatever is written here, and you'll have to make me a Arcanic check. In short, the notes state that the concoction is volatile. It shows an equation for impact and force to volatility. And then it shows a bunch of notes that you realize add up to effectively sentience as a thing. It's a sort of elemental being, but it's not an elemental. It seems it's elementally aligned. What you're looking at as you reach the end of the description is a living tar. And what's more is that you note amidst the various notes references, like academic references, and the word Irrengarten made over and over.
Do we get the sense that it's like an elemental of the black tar?
It looks like maybe it's in short, quite literally, that and reference from research that came from Irrengarten source. It says source from Irrengarten 595. Actually, I'm making a note of that. Study 595. You know it, yeah, exactly.
I show the group and I say I better keep this safe. Put it in my section.
Here, you want to start with my
give me a
potions?
shield.
Brian Morty.
The Irrengarten spikes because they're tingling and all like that. I've been around enough weird shit to know that's extra weird.
Oh yeah, shots.
Good stuff.
Fun fact, Kelowna is a 5.5 hour. There's more eating on this D&D stream than any other I've ever seen. That's true. Not referring to Grizzly Bear. Very true.
Sorry, I like baking.
Wyverns are usually solitary, living by themselves and or with a mate and or young, but occasionally gather together in flocks in order to hunt and game sparse. Or if they're serving a true dragon and need to cooperate for some sinister purpose, which is in fact the story of the Farseas. You can look up Worm Hall actually to see where the Wyverns come from that way. And in the story of everything, basically it's by the Civ and the Thayans. And so the supply was split off in two directions after the Irrengarten moved into Worm Hall and chased the bandit dragon directly at it. You can tune in on Mondays to get to see that piece of history as it's growing currently. And Fruitful and Unity is in fact Kelowna's official motto. That is also true. The first box set appeared for sale in, anybody care to guess?
What?
It's the late 80s.
What is what?
What?
1985. That was your guess. What? The Forgotten Realms box set. I should have it upstairs.
86.
Or no, I have it.
87.
In the office.
88.
87.
$1.
$1.
I mean, somebody had to.
This is one up for me.
I'll take this. Actually, this is great. There's a bunch of it. This is terrific. Yeah, if you donate $5, you can always have the voice say it.
We've got Kelowna facts coming at us.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
Mary Jane was legalized for recreational and medicinal use in Canada on October 17, 2018. While legal, there are restrictions on where and how it can be used, such as bans on smoking in indoor public spaces and work areas. Although that can be negligible when it comes to parks.
Well, more or less anywhere you can smoke a cigarette, you can smoke a joint.
No, I'd say you can smoke weed more places than you can smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cigarettes these days have a major effect. Weed is
Cigarettes
way more
stay-
socially acceptable. It's crazy, actually. And it's the funniest thing. Weed stinks too, but it's fucking gone pretty
I
quick.
know, but it doesn't make me choke.
No, you know what? Actually, there are some people who are deathly allergic to both cigarette smoke and weed smoke. But I've met people who are deathly allergic to weed smoke.
Yeah.
It is.
Still quite young, but I did go into the bars. But you can still smoke in the bars.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. I remember smoking in
You
Orchard
didn't
Park.
smoke.
I remember smoking through the grocery store and shit like that. Like, it was a normal thing to see people smoking in smoking sections in New York. Like in the food court, there was a smoking section in the food court.
You remember
The
going to like the
hospital,
Zellers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking section.
I remember my dad smoking.
I remember ashtrays on the stressful, dude.
Yeah.
There was a smoking room at the Brussels airport in Belgium, and the rest of the airport was brilliant white, but in there it was just a bunch of yellow all the walls, dingy yellow.
Yeah, I remember every Timmy's in Ontario was like, we had like ever shrinking smoking area.
Yeah.
And it was just like that. There was yellow and white. That's why you had all those speckled paint jobs, right? Right on. Who's losing money? I appreciate it.
It's me.
Okay, sorry. So just to recap, all the items I got from the rider, it was 3 obsidian beads that are black circle currency worth 50 GP each in black circle currency specifically. 100 GP worth of Thayan minted electrum and 6 ceremonial daggers.
I'm excited to fight some rocket.
So wait, they.
I'll see what I can do to make you regret it. That said,
How did they
ladies
get
and
that?
germs. Oh, what now?
How did they get that? Where did they get that?
Where'd they get what?
All the Irrengarten materials.
Couldn't tell you offhand. I just work here, man. But in the meantime,
Man was crooked.
Well, yeah.
Solitaire's still itching for a drink, so he's gonna do that.
I'm gonna say that.
He very well realizes he might be marching to his doom, so he's gonna celebrate tonight.
Wait, we're marching to our doom?
Sure seems that way. It's been escalating continuously.
Starts rapping armor on armor.
Do we want necrotic resistance?
Probably.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Wait, you can do that?
I get another
You want to chip that?
thing, feet.
Too much.
So if I shoot Thayan on the outer planet, it gives me necrotic resistance.
I know those say talkies, but when I look at that bag, my entire brain thinks Dunkaroos.
Works on
Yeah.
Like a corn chip that's rat flavored.
Like, I'm probably, I understand that it has none, but like, that is like exact colors.
What?
I'll try it.
Okay, take a handful.
No.
Actually, kind of hard to grab. Thanks, man.
The camera will pan against the whole of you guys as it shows the whole of the ballroom kind of go by in like a 360 of various people coming and going. We see in fast motion as the banquet hall is formed out. A whole bunch of people show up. A whole bunch of people are eating and dining and having whatever conversations in fast, in fast forward mode as we watch the montage fly past of everybody conversing about various plans, whatnot. There seems to be a jester and a juggler, a bunch of bards that come through. It shows you guys jump off and join in. It shows a bunch of people suddenly shove the table to the side, dancing erupts out. You guys can throw me performance. Whoever else wants to be dancing or trying to impress me, they can throw in performance. Camera pans against a lot of you guys.
20.
Fantastic stuff. You show a conga line, start performing as you're doing the thing.
18.
Terrific stuff. You show off a couple powers and abilities. It shows you throwing knives at one point.
18.
Terrific stuff. Shows you, I don't know, showing off like little contraptions and inventions and I don't know, whatever, doing impressions as it shows a bunch of people laughing all around it. There's various folks, fish folk, lizard folk, goblins, dwarves, elves, humans, you name it. Every walk of life and race kind of comes and goes. Everybody's well dressed, but you can tell still everybody's kind of seen some shit or come from somewhere that's otherwise been having a rough go of it. The whole of the scene shows a whole bunch of people that are kind of keeping it together the best they can despite everything. And as everything's being shoved aside and like the dancing erupts out and the performance goes off, and the whole of the camera continues to revolve around the whole of the scene, and eventually it settles out as it crossfades to black, and the camera's showing like kind of rising up against the horizon of the whole of Ariston from the outskirts. It's a moment later that we see the sky dinghy, I guess the seabird take off. I'm assuming you're taking off more or less directly first thing in the morning.
Whole training montage in my head.
Yeah.
Take the boys to my house and we choose.
Okay, sounds good. You mean Katika and whoever else?
Maybe not first thing in the morning, because I think my hands are hurting a little bit.
That's fine. I mean, the camera's gonna pan against you guys. Still the same music, and it shows him drooling on a pillow.
If I'm not mistaken, there's like actually legitimate hangover rules in D&D.
We played a whole, one guy made up it was like a 3-part session that was just like basically movie The Hangover. You woke up and there was a bunch of shit wrong in this town and you had to figure out like what the fuck happened, what did you guys do last night? It was pretty fun.
That's a pretty good campaign.
Yeah.
Was there a Chang?
Do we want to have first view of them box
Check the car. Hey?
that night? We might as well have resources.
Would it work?
I would need 25 GP worth of powers.
I'm gonna find my coin bag. Just
David a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, sorry. You looked over which with your stone?
the note in the vial.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
notes,
Okay, good. Good talk.
and the note and the vial. Why is there anything I should be looking at? Can I look at my bazooka?
You can look at your bazooka all day long.
I mean, if it's not going to happen organically when we like the narrative, because like I feel like that kind of turning point broadly speaking, would be pretty intense.
Yeah.
And you were busy partying, and she's off getting like that. So we'll say that. But did find a spell that will let me purge him of Dembostra's influence.
Hey,
I did find a spell that will let me purge him of Dembostra's influence.
did you?
Yeah.
That's very exciting. I'm glad for you.
Solitaire will get
And
up.
we
and
would like to
whatever.
work that in.
First thing,
I'm sure you would.
he's gonna punch charge up.
Why don't you work it in? Let's see how it goes.
Well,
I challenge you.
I'm
By all
asking
means.
you.
Get on
What
it.
do you
Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm just gonna charge up the batteries with my
I don't know. It seems like it's a big story
Okay,
plot.
that sounds fine.
Take over.
another source.
Yeah. So you go to town on the thing, giving it the business, charging him up with some flaming energy.
Do it all with best.
I mean, it's quite literally you're throwing fire into an oven with punches. I mean, it's
You maybe
very fast punches.
want to
And
go.
Haley, when the flashlight starts flickering, you start beating the piss
Quite
out of
literally.
it.
Literally. There's a dude on Invincible, the series,
Yeah.
that works that way.
That's actually
It works on kinetic powers.
Well, I can't do it in the middle of the battle.
Right.
So just getting charged up for the voyage.
So that's what I'm asking. Do you want to do it before we go to
Did you finish
Silverpool and fight
Invincible?
all this stuff
I did.
then? Or do you want to do
Keep
it
them watching on my side.
So do you want to do it
That guy was amazing, yeah. I actually went back to watch the
I don't know,
watch
was
the
that the time I
last
shed
episode
it
again
forever?
because I'd forgotten it. I was like, oh shit.
I just love seeing him like so smart.
I can reset you.
So
the original
long.
one.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta watch
Oh, Jesus.
basically 3 months of this thing. And
I'm
then,
surprised you even
stay
went
up
for it.
until
It's
the
not
end.
as bad. It looks like it's pretty good. It looks like it healed
The
really
snuff
nice.
comes out of your mouth. Just
Yeah, then we can kill it.
Well, I just didn't know what to put my hand on. It's so big. That's not my cheese.
Nesting.
I don't know, man. The girl, that whole front of your foot feels like the bottom of my foot.
You know,
It's
like
just
Alien
rough
versus
with
Predator
sandpaper.
type shit.
Yeah.
When's Bruce back? Is it today or next week?
Next.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
we don't
I'm gonna
have
get
to.
the cycle shit pulled up. So
Yeah,
we
Foster,
can
if you really
start
want it.
getting it fucking back.
Every time I try to get rid of Dembostrae, it's just kind of like something deep.
Fucking idiot. When you get to rebuild my underwear, this I don't want to do it.
But I'm up for it.
I mean, but
Hmm?
I mean, she could fuck
You what?
she could fuck him out of him.
That's not very holy of you.
Well, it's
You don't know all of
joining
it.
of power. It's literally joining of powers, and she becomes a vessel for Lathan.
I mean,
Depends on
I
how
don't
you
know.
We're actually talking about that.
Drax is in.
Sex is a very holy thing.
It can be.
If there ain't holes, it's just second base.
Is that how that works?
I don't know if Lathander's gonna agree. Lathander's gonna be just fucking.
I got that 7'6" dragon shit going on. Bitch is lovely.
Yeah. And Lathander's
That's so
literally
many
going
screaming as they run away.
This
And athleticism.
You're Saxon.
So. Athletic fertility, Riley?
6'3". Yeah. Wow. People like being that tall. Those are actually 2 separate measurements. Damn.
All aboard the C word. Solitaire, as usual, is extremely delighted with himself as he prepares his ship. Calls everyone aboard. There she is. Archie Blow.
Fine unit and shit.
There's a big balloon, and then there's just an engine on the back. I'm thinking like an elemental balloon,
I can hear it already.
right? No, it's got a big fan on the back.
Oh. I don't know what bridge it is.
An element?
I don't know what
No,
Bridge
elemental
no
batteries that
is-
I charge.
Shares? Yeah, signatures. Or English shares. French shares for ass, yeah.
I'll, didn't go on the Cody's Friday. The Cody and Keely's. So, as I bring them by, maybe I'll just stop. Drop them off.
That'd be handy. Take it.
Like, different circles.
A lot of people.
Yeah. Small community.
You all fly out to Three Trees, where you meet up with Katika, who organizes a vessel fairly easily and quickly with a ferryman of some questionable revenue, visibly questionable revenue, to some, but an expertise for navigating the waterways unlike any other. As Dormos.
Perhaps we can escort them in the Seaward and give them bird's eye view for navigating.
He simply, sorry, I'm going to say quick, but Mr. Hand simply says, as he looks at you with a kind of raised eyebrow, well, you should know that to approach upon the Silverpool region is to incite quite the. Let's say you don't want to do it from the air. You will incite upon some dangers, illusionary and physical. The area is rife with magical influence, of which the sight you cannot always tell from reality. Perhaps if you do, it is too late.
See.
It is a dangerous place, and to come at it from the air, you will surely see your fate unfurl.
Why is that different by sea?
It is difficult to explain, but in short, you cannot see where you are going until you are there. The lands around Silverpool are no longer as they might appear from a distance. The magics at play, they are
Are they
always
shrouded?
at play. They are a field of illusions and nightmares. Simply put, the maelstrom would unfurl, perhaps, or who's to say, aerial demons descend upon it.
Very well. Anyone like to buy an airship?
Just immediately, just no, fuck it. Don't want it anymore.
Okay, but for what purpose?
When we get back, we still have it.
Back.
Yeah, you're really just putting all your cards on you, just fucking going to death, eh?
This is well, no, not. But I mean, kinda.
Wouldn't
The
you
shit
like?
he's seen so far, I mean, I get where his mentality is
Let's
at.
put this.
And
Can't
that's
fly
second
there
guessing his
'cause we
entire
die.
fucking life decision.
Right.
So-
But
I mean, really,
you can't spend money if you have to. So
I
we
just
Oh,
want to
okay,
make some
but-
fucking
yeah,
cash.
now we're here. Okay, so,
I do love a Seaward, never mind.
Love you
Unless
dearly, but
someone
every
makes me
time I
big
see you
on-
use a knife, I fear for your life.
listen here, just because I've cut myself as many times with missing a finger is no reason to have any concern with me. Alright? I'm perfect. Ow! So, as we were,
have sensitive
right?
appendages. Sensitive.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so
Phalanges.
where do we depart? From here.
I know, right? Watching him use knives is scary.
So, are we meeting the Three Trees at my house so we can fly to the boat, store the Seaward at the hotel, the house where my house is at, meet at my house, reconvene there,
I'll go to the
boys, and the rest of the crew, then we can go from there.
That was the idea, yeah. If you guys convene in Three Trees,
Alright, am I?
he organizes a vessel,
Yes.
and from there you guys float out
Okay.
with
Very
a
well.
fellow Mr. Hands.
See you in a half hour.
Alright.
And I'll pull out my stone, and say, let's go.
Done. Yeah.
Way.
You managed to find. You managed to fly in. As I say, Cadico organized the vessel to take you guys from Three Trees into Silverpool proper, as it were. And he says the closest I am going to be able to get you, of course, is within about 2 hours trudge. But I should think that those 2 hours, well, when you see what I save you from, the path to that point, if you wish to call it the path. Come, let us depart. The vessel in question, he's a gaunt, skinny fellow. He's probably tall, but he's got a bit of a stoop. And as he walks over towards his vessel, you can see that the reason for this is clearly the steering wheel on his vessel, which is quite low. But that said, he takes to it pretty easily as you guys all board onto the vessel and shove off. You navigate through the waterways of the far seas expanse quickly as an engine chuffs to life down below, rumbling such that it pours smoke out the back of the boat as it pushes itself along through the canals, floating expertly in some of the shallow areas for a flat bottom, as the fellow explains. It is not long before you find yourselves headed through the dark and the thick of the expanse. Time passes by, it seems ever so slowly, as you watch the background of the far seas ever so slowly crawl past, and after a moment, the fellow, Mr. Hand, simply says, "We must go slow through this area, for to go quickly will cause ripples through the realities of this place." And as you look around for a moment, you don't think anything of it. And he says, "Oh, you did not know this." And he looks over towards you and he says, "Should you feel brave enough, feel free to fire a crossbow."
You should look through your little fucking.
Are we
eye.
not in Three Trees?
No, we're on a ferry.
We already left. We're already done that. We've already boarded through the ship.
Oh, as soon as I got to Three Trees, I was going to go to the armor for my appointment, remember?
Oh, for Hector?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I mean, there's a little bit of a montage where that'll happen.
Just a record scratch and go like, hold on, wait a minute.
No, that's fine.
I've been looking through all the feats.
Well, do your thing.
But
Meanwhile,
yeah,
so
so
it's still
I asked Hector about the level 2 plate armor.
he was bringing it in for you?
Yeah.
He says it's on back order. It's in high demand. Apparently there's a lot of high-level heroes out there looking for this stuff. It's really bad.
I saw that on the court.
No, he wasn't bringing it for you. He was custom made for him.
See that?
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
details.
That's right, yeah. He was building it for him.
I got
That or your Lion King before.
you.
Either way.
And that was supposed to be 2 days after. So we should be ready.
No, that's fine. And no, it wasn't days. It was. But
Days, had it written down.
if you haven't written down, then why are you questioning?
I'm not, I'm telling you.
Were you lying to me? Oh, okay, I say this is. Everyone's lying to me. No armor friendly.
Trust nobody nowadays.
Armor appointment, 3 days.
Cool. So with that said, armor appointment. You guys gotta get more specific. Is that for a fit? It's for a fitting, is it?
It's the dude.
He's like, you're late for your fitting.
Because everybody was looking for
Never
armor.
mind.
And it was like, oh, for the higher class armor.
So anyway, yeah. So what they he
When
gets.
it's too high up, so it's uncomfortable.
Did you pay him already for it?
No.
I don't think you did pay him for it. He unveils it. He says it's 150 platinum, 1,500 gold. Or no, actually, it's. What am I kidding? This is like.
1,500 gold?
No. This is a lot more expensive. This shit is like 10 grand.
1,500 platinum.
Yeah, thank you.
10
Well, we'll say 1,000 platinum. So 10 grand.
Okay.
You have that?
Yeah, you guys good.
I said he's fucking rich as hell.
I forget what I had, but I had something that got us rich.
I ended up with
I'd like 3 Jaggers returning plus 2.
That wasn't the only thing. You also
Each
had
one
the
was worth
place full of coin in it, too.
I
There's a
still,
whole bunch of factors in it.
I also get the Black Circle allowance too whenever I decide to
Yeah.
on that. So that's just stockpiling outside somewhere too. That's like Bitcoin. Just take it when you need it.
He had a couple weeks of that stacked up at this point.
And then I asked him what he would pay me for my plate level 1 armor.
That's why you're getting it for 10. Otherwise, it would be 1,500. So trade-in value.
Plate.
So that happened, and then with that quick little side montage.
Hey, did you give me my armor? Wow.
Look at that. Like I said, it shows you guys on this boat, and Mr. Hand says, "Why don't you try firing it close?"
Right. I draw my hand and shoot back. Possible that I've never actually fired before.
As you fire it off, the camera kind of does like a full back 360 to see it fly away. And as soon as it breaks past the border of the vessel, you watch it like freezes where it is, just sits there, and slowly like burns slightly in the air.
Well, it is the fire crossbow.
That as it slowly erupts into flame and slowly becomes what it would become like a phosphorescent and flaming crossbow bolt. You see it slowed down to nothing in midair. And he simply says, "Now would not be a good time to disembark from the vessel. And please keep your hands and arms inside at all times. Note the sigils at the edges." And you see that the ferry actually does have a bunch of runics that are now glowing rather brightly at the edges of the vessel. And he says, "We'll be out of this region fairly quickly. And then a few shoals.
Can
And finally,
I use the time we'll ride in the boat to study the runes around the boat?
yeah. It's effectively dispel all the way around the boat.
Fucking memorize this.
That's a great idea.
With that, you guys continue on.
Big dispel tattoo all around your body.
He capably steers you guys in through some shoals, and as the rapids bounce against the hull of the vessel here and there, he gives a grunt and a sigh as he brings it to ease and bear and manages to get through the rapids. A lot of you guys can make the dexterity checks as the boat's shown in the montage of like super rapids for a moment to this nice relaxing music.
12 set of deck save.
Terrific. You bounce around unwittingly, bouncing your head for all 4 bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna
7.
say that this 3 was rolled on purpose to use my new hummingbird ring. Change the path.
3 damage, 2 damage, bludgeoning, and sorry.
I rolled a 3 plus 8, which is a 10. But if it's a fail, I can use my new ring to just automatically.
Do you want to do that on 5 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, you do so.
That's what I'm saying. I did it on purpose to
What ring did you
try
get?
out my new ring.
This isn't actual damage.
It's Ring of Evasion.
Oh, nice.
I think it recharges, doesn't it?
It does, I believe.
I get 3 uses.
Per day.
You automatically succeed a deck save, right?
You can use your reaction to automatically choose to succeed a deck save.
Oh, I remember that.
It's fancy. Look at it.
Did Draxus make me a save, dex save?
Beautiful.
16 or better?
Love the
It's
details.
actually really good.
Yeah, and I got a amulet of devotion, so I can use channeling divinity and.
One.
Perfect stuff. You're going to take 2 damage. You bounce around on the vessel.
It's a deck save.
It's dex save.
Can I choose to not take that damage because it's a deck save?
If you succeed it, you still take half the damage. That's
But
what
if
you do.
my
Oh, you take half of half of. So you take.
do I take half and I can choose not to take damage?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Sentinel.
sorry,
No, I
Wait,
remember. Double check the ability. I can't quite remember.
No. I remember. I have.
Sentinel does not prevent you from taking damage from an area of effect like this. This is.
Area effect? Okay.
It's an environmental effect. It's not a targeted strike.
I'm pretty sure.
How much damage was it you said?
2 damage in your case. Not much yet. Oh shit.
It just says if an effect allows half damage on success, you can use your reaction to take no damage. It doesn't specify.
For yourself.
No, it's in any.
For yourself, like to avoid damage to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no. And you have that as well.
I think it's something to do with my shield ability.
Yeah. It's Shield Master Evasion.
Yeah. So I don't take that damage? What does it say?
If an effect allows half damage on success, you can use your action to take the damage.
As you continue along, the vessel eventually comes creeping along past a bunch of strange-looking whirlpools against the shoreline off in the distance, and you see a ripple against the horizon or the facade or the pane of reality as you come towards it. And he says, "Whatever you do, don't hold your breath." And as you watch this sort of rippling surface, like something out of Stargate, come towards you, and he punches through it, you find yourself suddenly in a strange and extremely foreign realm. The skyline becomes red as blood as you watch the clouds roiling, bubbling, and furling overhead. You see bits of lightning flashing in the distance, and you can smell sulfur and watch all around you as tendrils of the black tars seem to seep up towards the sky. The river itself is as black as can be, burbling and bubbling and boiling, steaming under the ship as it continues to push forth. And you watch as Mr. Hand reaches over and gives a crank of a lever situated. You've kind of wondered what that was the whole time. And you hear an additional engine start up underneath. And he says, "The filter that works to keep the first engine clean. Otherwise, we won't survive with a few feet out here." And he watches like a pair of bilge holes open up on either side. Start shooting tar out the sides. And the whole of the vessel starts slowly picking up velocity again.
I take a nice big deep breath.
And you
Reminds me
immediately,
of
as your, I want to say, as your lungs fill with like rancid, sort of acidic air, find yourself coughing as you take 3 points of acid damage.
But it reminds me of where I was born.
Literally from the inside out. And the rest of you can make a Constitution save as well.
Oh, my constitution just
Simply
recently
put on
came
my lion
19.
mask.
As of this necklace, it was 12.
Still make a constitution roll?
It's a check.
As you, you're gonna have
Yeah,
this.
this is-
Sorry.
15.
15.
Terrific stuff.
Is it accurate save?
17.
It is a save, yes.
Save?
It's gonna be half of 11 damage that you take if you made the save, and 11 points of damage acidic if you did not.
Ow, my
And
love.
that's the one that I took.
This is in addition for everybody else.
Precious vocal cords.
Did we all keep those masks?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say since you failed, you're gonna have a hoarse voice until the next short or long rest. Your bardics, if they have vocal elements, will be at disadvantage if they have like a test to it. That's dead.
Things like sulfur.
Disadvantage? With a
That's kind of like, it reminds me of home.
No, it smells like death. It smells like decay. It smells like burnt, old and aged decay. Like somebody set a compost on fire.
Oh, God.
Remember when you're dealing with all like the spores and everything?
Yeah,
Can I grab my doctor mask and put that on?
100% yeah. Perfect.
What are the dimensions of this ship? Obviously much bigger than the Seaward.
Yeah, this thing's sitting at about 20 feet
Yeah.
long and about 10 feet wide. No, it's 20 feet wide, 40 feet long. Sorry, it's a good-sized ferry. It's a proper ferry with a flat bottom.
It does. It's a
And what's more is
specifically for
he is
like
going
any other-
to put on a mask himself and hand out masks, or rather, he's going to open up a hatch and say, "I should have passed these out a moment ago." Oh, jeez.
This motherfucker's getting a 1-star on Yelp.
Kanika grabs
My lungs are just
grabs a
hoarse.
hold of one and then looks at it. Yeah, who would want to bring this in? And he puts it on. Doesn't seem to affect him the same way.
I grab one.
So to clarify, that was a disadvantage on all spells.
Yeah, until you do a short rest.
Which is probably all traits.
Take
Given the effect.
I can too, and I won't.
Yeah. Help me out here, you got a
So I have
lozenge.
Like literally.
a 11 point.
We all get to put Everybody gets an effect.
So I made my worst, and so I still.
So everybody gets a
I
short
ended a
rest.
long rest, which I would have done.
Which we don't need, we just long rest.
Words. At the end of
Oh, I guess we
when I
can
leveled,
heal.
I would have loaded my glove with the shatter.
Alright.
I'm gonna use one in first and second level spells.
That's right.
Lucky, because I have fireball, but it's a third level. I would have fucking loaded that. Because I get charges of it equal to my intelligence modifier, which means
What's the recovery?
Alright. I'll be looking for some dudes with counter spell. No reason.
No, but I can't use it. But it's shattered. It's still pretty good.
Which is still pretty good.
I don't know.
It's okay.
Really happen at all.
Use them for all their fucking counter spells.
When you
on
short
my free
rest, what do you
spells, and
do?
I'll fuck them up.
Just put out a W3 message right now.
So, folks, the boat comes to the shoreline. As he slowly comes in close towards it, you can see ash hanging in midair. You can see spores hanging in midair. And as you look around, you see that some of the ash isn't in fact ash, but bits of tar. As you see the strands, like I mentioned earlier, just pulling up and heading up towards the sky, where it seems to intermingle and make little clouds of the tars that are floating around in little streams.
Am I gonna have to carry a weird magic baby in a bag on my front to find invisible monsters in here? I'm making a Death Stranding.
Yeah, I caught that. Actually, it took me no time, and I just stared at you going, what was his fucking name? And I'm like, no.
I know it's
The
not.
fucking studio. No, the studio had that.
Oh,
Why can't I remember his name? The guy who did Metal Gear.
I want to say Hideyoshi.
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, all I wanted to say is Kojima's a fag. Yeah, there you go. But Death Stranding is an alright game from what I understand. I've just never played it. I like the premise of it,
Oh, it
Walking.
freaked
Walking's good.
fuck out of me.
Walking's a great game.
Well, walking is good in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
You have to even try that as well.
Elden Ring?
Elden Ring and Death Stranding.
I actually just looked it up around Christmas time because it was like the third time I've ever seen that game on sale, and I'm like, this time I'm just getting it. Because last time I had to wait a whole fucking year before I saw it on sale.
I mean, fair
For
enough,
the
right?
story, you really have to work for
I
it.
fucked up by the
For
first
it.
guy, so I was
No, you can just YouTube it. It's okay.
Well,
I didn't have to work for it at all.
it's all pieced together throughout the items. I love that about the Souls.
Yeah, fuck that. I got better things to do. I have a father or two. Fuck that noise. You got D&D to run too, my man. What are you talking
Yeah,
You're
it's very
reading
crafty.
stats anyways because you're playing the game.
about? I mean, you're not wrong, but 15 minutes on YouTube, like the Laura.
I mean, I'm not-
what is it in 5 minutes? The Laura? I'm sure there's a Laura in 5 minutes as well as
Sorry, I
15
didn't
as
mean to
well.
distract you with my joke.
Wasn't a joke. We take things serious around here. Fuck serious business. Okay, so you guys dunk hit up towards the shoreline of a ruined kind of port area, and Mr. Hand simply says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" As he looks over towards you all, Gattaca doesn't actually say it. Word. He lets you guys kind of look on, and he does himself see it. Raises his helmet and looks on at the horizon. Mr. Hand looks over towards the lot of you. Are you all certain that you wish to do this?
Well, we're either brave or stupid.
Those are not mutually exclusive. We could be both.
Gattaca steps off of the ship
It's only your
onto
success
the
that starts
first of
to
the
switch.
paved platforms. As a lot of you guys come
So you-
along.
so it's like,
Oh my goodness.
you know, if you're psyching yourself out, you're about to jump off the cliff kind of thing.
Please.
That's my like. Well,
The camera pans against you guys from a distance, and we watch as in behind you, a massive form thumps in, and he kind of like is like staticky as he stands there, and the massive form of the warrior smith crocodile simply looks down at you with a hand on your shoulder, says as you give him the thumbs up, and he's like slowly evaporating, and he simply says and with that he kind of like dissipates, streaming away into the clouds.
the clouds of salt.
I will.
The subtitles underneath read out in about 3 different paragraphs worth of lore that saves your life.
I'm gonna, as tribute say for the swamps and invoke Cocoon and play a song.
Sounds good. Throwing performance. As you do this,
That will help as always. Will be the
It's 21.
terrific stuff. You watch as the pathway before you guys
It's a symphony.
kind of ripples and seems to like arc bits of sort of electricity. You want to say it's like static pink and purple power that yeah, exactly. Bursts in various directions, arcing and tessellating about. Those cars suck, by the way. But as that happens, you watch as this bridge kind of shimmers for a moment, and you watch as cars that weren't there a moment ago kind of ebb away, and this all shakes as it seems to shimmer into, I don't know, existence, you want to say, although it was there a moment ago, it was all wispy and such. And you hadn't thought about it, but as you look around yourself at all this place that is, you know, as I say, kind of wispy and drizzling upwards and dripping away towards nothingness, as you're playing this music, it seems to kind of glow into a normal coloration. You watch as the sky overhead clears up a little bit, and you watch as there's this silhouette that forms out of what seems to be a massive frog that you recognize is wearing a hat as it smiles down. Is it smiling? You're pretty sure it's smiling at you. From yon horizon, as the rest of this slowly clears and everything slowly seems to fade to a normalish color of sunlight rather than the reddish terribleness. The dripping continues. The streams of black tar overhead continue to flit about, but the path ahead lightens some, and the tars that might have been at your feet and ankles a moment ago have flowing downwards. And I would say that there's bridges leading off, and then there's like solid ground there, but right here you can see like it's burbling and steaming and shitty. I should have actually dumped water in here.
Do you notice anything different about your connection to Dumbostra? Like,
Do I?
is it weakened at all, or?
At this point, roll me religion.
Nat 20.
You reach into yourself and find I'm right here, champion. And as this happens,
Sorry, wrong number.
to your surprise, or perhaps not, everybody watches as this guy slithers in and slithers down into the tars and just like disappears.
What do I feel up to a muster?
You feel like he was right inside you a moment ago and you didn't even know it.
Not a muster, sorry.
That's not
Sure.
true.
Okay?
Muhammad.
As you reach out to touch somebody, you hear doo doo doo. The party you are trying to reach is not in service. What the fuck is that?
It's a busy signal.
As you reach out to touch somebody, you don't actually. Bahamas number
Because
seems
have
to
a
be
phone,
disconnected at the moment.
Get off the phone, trying to play World War.
There's a voicemail that says, "This is Draxus. I gave away your records." No. Long and the short, though, you can't seem to reach out to Bahamut. And as you look around this place, this space, you try your damnedest to hear his song, his roar, his anything. Give me a sign, give me a sign, give me an anything, nothing. But you can still hear the slithering of the adder slipping away through the tars. You can still see the smiling visage of the frog on the horizon.
Is that Mama Lily's?
No, that would be Crocus. Papa Crocus. The Papa. Katika looks around and says, "Well, I suppose we gotta get to the pumps. I think it's this way. It's been a while."
I follow Red.
Where's Rutherford?
I'm coming. As he falls in, the rest of you make your way across, slowly making your way inland. As one after the next, you all close the distance on the inland empire that is this strange place. The last of the bridges brings you to the open area where you can see the shimmering wastes and the ruins beyond. And you hear a chittering as you come upon this area. This thing flies past. Massive stature. As you guys can all see this happening. Katika watches as it flies past. kind of stops there. Don't even try. You guys are right here. Rutherford is closed in behind you. As the whole of the place burrows and such, you can continue your performance.
Okay.
The chittering you watch as this thing crawls up over. This thing crawls up over here.
24.
You continue to do this as you watch another one of these guys.
Are those creatures loyal to who you were worshipping? Who you singing to?
Raccoon?
Kind of backs up and grabs the stick.
Can I-
Raccoon, right?
Are these creatures that support Cocoon?
Yeah, Crocodile was the crocodile.
Okay, I always get
Crocus and Crocodile.
Yes, I always get
So let's hear what's going
Passive
on.
insight of 16. Do I think these creatures are just worshipping the song of Cocoon? Or
You
Like,
look upon them as
they seem like his people?
you watch as Katika picks up a big log, and you don't think that they're friendly towards shit. As they're like coming up towards him, he's like, "Yeah, not looking like they're. I think they're trouble."
I'm draw my scimitar and my hand
That
crossbow.
fucking scene from King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong.
You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't want
That is-
I don't want to be the guy.
So good.
I don't want to be the guy in that fight. Because that guy got it.
Yeah. That's a slow digest creature.
What a great fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. The video game was exceptional.
You know what? I actually played it
Oh,
too.
the video game was
Which
like,
one?
So,
King
the
Kong?
King Kong
The one
video
based
game
off the
For
movie.
which console?
it came out for all the consoles
Uh,
and for PC.
It was PlayStation
Yeah.
2?
Okay,
It was old. And it was for 3 as well.
Oh no, sorry, yeah, I think it was PS2.
because I have up to PlayStation 1 on my arcade. So I was like, maybe I should check it out.
It's, I think it's on 3. I suppose.
I got it.
But it was on PC as well. It was good.
No, I actually really enjoyed it.
This with that reboot system.
Right.
So what did you take from the thing I gave you? Nothing. Oh, nice.
It's good. It's gonna be pretty useful.
Wait, is he- what's his
Nice.
And cast shield.
Like mine's 18.
Went 17.
I see. Good for a bard though.
Yeah, goes the defense feat.
Nice.
I have no armor.
Do you want to please?
I took extra level for fighter, and I got a
I could
plus
make
one
it if I wanted to.
defense.
These guys come
and
creeping
my-
out.
In fact,
Fighter does plus one defense.
Yeah, I got a plus 1 to defense, and I did an extra.
So your third armored strike.
yeah.
I got a hell of a
Third
way from
arm. My flurry of blows.
As these guys come flourishing in from the surrounding area.
Oh no.
You watch as they kind of manifest right out of the fog that's surrounding you as you continue to drum away. What was your roll again? It was 24. 24. Very good. As you continue to drum away, there's a momentary pulse that tests you, and you like drum furiously, feeling like this pressure against you for no, you're not quite sure. You've never felt this before during a performance. Like you have to do this, otherwise something is going to happen. But you manage to. Whatever you just did, as you furiously find the rhythm, feel through some sort of spiritual energy just pumping through you, and you hear like a weird kind of croak that echoes around as you hit like just the right rhythm. If you imagine Dance Dance Revolution or Guitar Hero, where you're just banging away on these things, and suddenly some ceremony occurs, and everything pulses for a moment as these guys show up. You watch as the bugs are chittering and climbing over, and everybody's rolling initiative. And shit is getting intense, and as the Toledo soldiers burst out.
10.
3.
15.
Burst out. 18. Sure.
Thank God.
So it's better than 18. Solitaire.
19.
For this. Draxus.
10.
And Alyssa.
3.
And Nessie.
15.
Also,
Dungeon Master going on. Oh,
So you get 1d4.
One, they don't ever get to.
So with that said, though, someone's hand.
I'm first.
Indeed, you are.
So there's those 6 guys, the 2 bugs, and the dragonfly.
Am I going to be struck by opportunity if I move back? Are they within striking range of anything?
Nat 1.
Okay. I
You
am
have like
going
fast
to.
forward or something?
Yeah, I got my
Sorry,
basic. I can disengage the bonus action. Which I am going to do. I'm going to use my new element. It's a 20-foot radius spear. And I'm going to have it do.
So there's these 3, those 2, these 2, and those 2.
Yeah. So
Right, zombie.
Dunkaroos? Here, take him fast on.
I'm
Oh,
gonna.
you said Dunkaroos.
Yeah, look at the bag.
That's not Dunkaroos.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, then I thought it was like
Bonus action disengage. I'm gonna move back onto this bridge.
There's 2 guys back there.
Good.
Yeah.
Curious.
It's like 4 rounds, Chip.
Out of striking distance for the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna place a 20-foot radius spear over these guys. And it's gonna do 3d8 thunder damage on a DC 14 dex save again.
You know, Jacob's song? It's actually similar to this, but not
Okay.
quite as screamy. Bombshell by Power Man 5000.
Well, that's all cool.
They failed.
Yep.
14 thunder damage to them.
So the
Each
3
of
guys,
them.
the 3 guys in the bug.
And possibly the bug if the 20-foot spear would hit. Or the And that's my action, bonus action. That's my turn for now.
4. Okay, just going off this one. Yeah. It goes from there over to Skarsgård. Then ST and Draxus and Alyssa.
Yeah, I'll be right back. So this thing, he makes like an elemental orb, and it makes a sound. You know the sound we used to play before the movies in the theater? Yeah, it's like THX, yeah. Makes that sound as it's flying through the air, and it comes out with thunder.
That's great. Right, remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm gonna find that sound.
GHX. So what's going on there? Skarsgård?
Okay. I will go for his backup, pull out my scimitar, rush in behind him, flank him, and then hopefully
Completely ice this guy so you don't get flanking.
I don't care. Come in behind him, flankage.
That's fine.
Ooh, starting a movie?
Okay.
The audience is now.
Turn it up! Have you ever seen the more sound picnic? Choose one when it gets hard. What?
No, dude. Golden Gates. The fucking lion roaring through.
Okay, so I'm going to attack it. Oh, that was right on the edge of that 20. You fucking went to a 2. Bringing it to a 7. Which would technically be 9 plus 2.
Oh, wait.
9 to hit.
It's fine.
Okay, let's take that.
It's like
It's 840.
840.
Okay, so that's 17, 19.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a second one to Nick.
Alright. Yep.
That one is 15.
That's it.
Okay. So then I will go.
Actions.
Haven't got there yet. So I'm doing that. Weapon. 13 plus 16 is 13 plus 16 is 29. The first hit.
Okay, that'll off that one.
Okay. And second hit will be to this guy here, which is a hit. Ready? I already calculated it. And then that one's going to be 4, 5, 6. Plus the flare. That's 11, so 17. Okay, 17.
17 damage. Does not kill it. But it does quite a lot of its damage. Or it does quite a lot of its health.
Now, do I have an offhand strike?
You do.
Okay, let's do that. Roll for a nat 20.
Right. Roll some damage. Double damage.
Let's take that into consideration. That would be 10, 12.
Does it. Fantastic. That cleans that up. Perfect stuff.
Wonderful. And I will shut out a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Who needs it?
Everybody.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll take it. He's next to me.
I will
That sounds fine.
That's my turn.
always do.
That's it.
Nessie?
Amazing. So I will use my
Does anything happen?
one
when I
of
stop
my
playing?
free cast shatter, and I'm gonna throw
Actually, yes. As a matter of fact.
Sorry, this is kind of important.
Sorry, forgot about that.
When I stop playing to attack,
concentration roll.
You watch as everything thunders, and as this happens, you lightning strikes, and this thing's silhouette can be seen run out of the nothing and into view.
Don't stop fucking playing!
As this thing comes rushing in as well from this side, and you hear a laugh as it comes flying in from the other side.
okay.
Scrubzilla.
Well, now I know. I mean, shit.
You watch as
What did you
for a
do? So
moment,
you were.
Stop playing the music. Yeah.
And
for a
that
moment,
caused
you
you
watch as Crocodile steps in and takes a wild swing in towards this thing as it catches a hold of his axe. And a little bit of a brawl breaks out in the back.
You're telling me this thing just fucking went toe to toe with a god? We're fucked.
There's three of them.
What?
Well, I did stop playing. No, it all hit himself.
Okay,
I wouldn't have necessarily taken my full action if I would have done that, but
Well, if it's any consolation, these guys aren't showing up just because you stopped playing.
they are.
No.
Oh.
They're showing up because I want them to show up.
Yeah,
They're,
I thought
they're part of the fun.
Cool. I thought we could have stopped.
No, they're on the plan.
How much did you hit that guy with to kill?
What, 28 or something? I don't know, 34? Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere over.
so I will use my action to cast Shatter, second level at that
Okay.
group of 3.
Counterspell. No.
I was just gonna say,
say.
I want to know which one of these motherfuckers.
They all. So, which one
Um,
are you targeting? What are you targeting?
so I'm gonna throw one of my little fucking shatter spheres in between that group of 3.
Okay, sounds good.
So that is I believe it's a 20-foot sphere, 10-foot sphere, and
They're
it's
actually all going to make their saves.
on 16.
Yeah, literally all rolled 17, 18, 16.
Whatever, not damage.
But
As a matter of fact, those guys were taking some damage. I don't think they're going to last.
3d8. What's that? 11 damage.
11 damage. We'll actually do all three. Half?
Yeah.
Half of 11 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cleans them up. Very nice, very nice. From there, I believe that's Unisty.
That would, in fact, be me.
Taxes.
Well, fuck. So we got the 2 bugs, the dragonfly, and the 3 of these guys.
Yeah.
Who would I perceive to be as like the biggest threats? These 3, obviously.
Yes. None of the bugs. You don't know what the bugs are. I mean, they look menacing. Little, they're tiny, but good things come in small packages. Believe you me.
Well, we're fighting these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can I run? Can I see the radius? Is this 30 feet here?
30 feet for sure. Not sure what the 60 feet is.
That thing is 30 feet.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run up, start bashing this guy with the god.
You're going in to help out. Okay.
And start just swinging. So 2 hits. Do I get? Do I have advantage on this? Do I get my?
You do not have. Oh, you have a.
Ally right there.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't. Does that give advantage?
Yeah, the advice piece, yeah.
It does.
Okay.
For rogues, yeah.
Oh, he's a
It doesn't give advantage, it gives him sneak attack damage.
Yes.
You don't have advantage, you have sneak attack damage. I'm saying that's for the same.
I forgot he was a rogue.
What is it to hit?
On these guys, sorry, I forgot to look that up. I'm pretty sure it's 17.
First one.
No.
Hit both. So 2d8 plus 4. 9.
18.
9.
To, with your flame tongue sword, cleave through their thick carapace, leaving a burning wound across its flesh.
So my 2 strikes plus sneak does 36.
Okay, sounds good.
And then I'm going to divine smite them. Doing another 5, so 41.
Pretty good. And that's you. It's over to Alyssa.
Oh, and it's disadvantage.
Nice. Okay. How many undead are left?
It looks like there's none left.
Oh, none at all. Oh, okay.
Started by took out the 2 in the back, and then I popped 3 in front.
Oh, okay. Hold that.
I mean, there's bigger targets now.
Oh, I need a different question. Oh, it wasn't 30 seconds. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Yep.
And then smash this in the face.
Okay. You're running up on it. 18 to hit.
Pressure's on.
Chips.
That's gonna be 18 to hit.
Okay.
Just.
So what exactly are these? Is it just like abominations or?
Basically, yeah,
So it's gonna
mutated
be
frog
20 total
people.
damage.
Frog bomb.
Sorry?
It's gonna hit. Yeah, so it's gonna hit for 13 damage and with a divine strike for an additional 7 radiant damage.
So 20 total. Good. 20 points for him.
And it's also hit with sap. So it's at disadvantage.
Sounds good. And that's you?
Yeah.
Terrific. So, first and foremost, this thing fires its tongue out. Plus 12 for 26 on your AC. Snaps you up, swallows you.
Whoa.
No reflex or anything like that.
Targeted hit. You're done.
That's kind of what happened
You're
to
down. It is.
Mizra.
Alright.
It was a way bigger frog.
As this happens, it then,
Does anybody see this?
when it bounces and comes flying into land upon you,
We'll get you.
as such, it's going to fail. That is to say, you see it and manage to dodge out of the way at the last second as it comes crashing down into this. And as it does so, shards of wood fly in all directions. That guy next to you that you just swatted, swallowed his tongue, plus 12 for 23 against your AC.
23.
Dead on as it grabs a hold of you with its tongue, swallows you up.
My God.
Well, that's good eating. At which point, it jumps through the air to come down on Rutherford with an attack roll of 12. Oh shit for Rutherford, eh? As it lands upon him, delivering all of 3d6 upon the poor pup. Gonna be 8 plus 3 for Rut, taking, what did I say? 8 plus 3 for 11 points damage. Shrieks out in pain as he's crushed under the weight of the frog as it belches out all over him as he looks upon your ass as you're trying to like scuttle your way up
Oh
the
my
thing
god,
and be
it's rearing
swallowed.
the fucking mimic.
With that said, though, the camera pans against Katika, which is a spot with it's going to be a nat 20 against the bug. And we're going to give that stump a d10, so that's going to be 2d10 plus a strength bonus. That's going to be enough to deliver upon for 8 points of damage on Dragonfly. From there, and it kind of starts fucking off. Doesn't want to fuck with him. This thing chitters its way along and then kind of glides in. And as it glides in upon here, it's going to release a nice swarm all over you guys.
Under the bridge?
Yeah, the swarm is young, come flying down upon all over Solitaire and you guys. So the swarm itself is actually just going to do damage. And if I could just look that up real quick.
Are the bugs in these creatures on the same side, or are they just creatures that happen to be?
Yeah, they're just all there. Isn't it
Well,
great?
we're in a swamp.
You are in a swamp. It's a terrible time. I mean, it is the scene from King Kong. Everyone called it before it happened.
We're the Disney princesses, and these animals are just a little too heavy.
I'm just saying, a lot of like important characters actually died in that scene.
Oh, the dude that has the grenade and the thing just like spots him. Oh, I got this.
Oh,
grenade.
wrong King Kong.
Oh yeah, that's the.
So
Talking about Peter
Solitaire,
Jackson's King Kong.
I need
Jack
a.
Black.
Yeah. This is from the new King Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. You're doing a mix. You're not making the same place.
No.
I'm going to attack roll is going to be a fail. As the swarm bites upon you, thankfully their bites are not too powerful. But actually, what is your AC? Okay, yeah, you're going to be missed by one. Anyway. Just make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay, cool. They're the many young are swarming all around your body. They're going to get to you eventually. You can feel. That said, though, these guys. This guy's already jumped. That guy's already jumped. That guy in the background. He is going to, with an 11 plus bonus, take one swat and another one for 23 a hit upon yourself.
Miss.
What's your AC now?
25.
Duly fucking noted.
In that case, with that,
Already in a seat.
Krokun is going to run over to the other side, taking a tactical position to gain advantage. And with that, it's going to biff it with a 6 plus bonus. It's going to miss this creature. And as he does, actually, he gets 2 attacks. 18 will hit. In this case, he's going to throw some sauce on that. And
God axe.
whatever, 9, 17, 23, and then another 3 for 26, plus 4 for 27. 27 on that guy, which we got 27. The guy has. He's going to make the con check fabulously, and from there, counterfencing against this thing over here. How do you do? It lands there as a swarm lands against you. And finally, there was one more. Where were you looking at? Oh, there you go. No, you came from up there. This is the guy. Comes rushing in. And, hey, little buddy, how you doing? Oh, shit, what the hell? As the storm goes flying out of him. Kataka will take his second swing with 11 plus bonus, and I'm going to count that log as area of effect. But, let's see here. Yeah, he manages to crush down upon it. It was
It's a good idea for a weapon.
what was at hand?
Scenario, yeah, it's 2 squares on the grid.
Right.
Big
So
club,
4.
It's 2 squares.
4 plus 4, so it's 8 damage on the swarm Kataka. And swarm attacks on you. It is going to hit with a 16 plus 8. Oh, hang on, 24.
25.
No, I'm saying I rolled 20. Or I rolled 21. 24. Yeah. I can math, and math's just fine.
Math rock all the time.
And then that's all. No, nope. That's foreshadow. Foreshadowing. Activated. This guy was coming in from. You want to point? Hold on. And he's flying through that. So it's like coming in for you guys. Then I literally went to grab him like 3 times and still didn't. Dude still keeps spawning. Because of course they fucking do. Oh, yeah, most will say. Over here. And including this guy who spawns in and comes running at. And this guy will come running from the other side. That it is now over to you. Solitaire, let's go.
I know how much you guys love thunder. I don't know. You guys are technically inside of them, so. I think my move is going to be. Each creature. So the swarm's creatures, technically speaking.
Yes.
Alright,
Area of effect does full damage.
here we go with Hypnotic.
Okay.
30-foot cube. Again, I guess I'll bonus action disengage. Get out of there.
Sounds good. You do so.
And then action.
Rough terrain, I should say, off that direction. Remember that anything over here is going to be still muck and mire before the dry land that comes after the ridge.
That way. Am I able to get by this way?
Not to be pedantic, we're going to say I should go water in here. Sorry, yes.
Am I able to get past on the bridge here?
No, the guy's right in the way.
Okay, so I guess I'm not going anywhere. It says each creature within the cube. Do you think that would include me if I was within the cube?
According to that description, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That is a very distinct, specific description.
you jump in the marsh for like rock.
I can, yeah. I'm not gonna disclose.
Yeah, it's not. So this is bubbling, boiling, and this is just marshland. going in. This is where it was still, if you remember, terrible.
Well, I'll just try to get over here, I guess. Then yeah, I'm gonna do the hypnotic pattern. Here.
Sounds fine. Make some saves here. What's that DC?
DC's 15.
And that's what's that?
With
Wisdom? Okay.
or be charmed for the duration. And while they are and they have a speed of 0.
There is. The bugs in the area are gonna fail, and the 2 frog dudes are gonna succeed. They know. Otherwise, I'm not. Fortunately, I did not. At least that's so far as I can say.
Will I have a chance to cut myself out from the inside out?
You can make an escape on your turn, yes.
Okay, that's me.
Very good. The bugs are all completely enthralled.
Swaying with it.
Completely and utterly there. as a spell sheet says, stunned, incapacitated, unable to move and react.
If they take any damage or now, get them out of it.
As it were, done and done.
Otherwise,
said-
no more saves.
Perfect. And from Solitaire over to Scarsnet,
Okay, how do I get out?
you would make an escape check at the end of your turn, or as an action,
This is my end of turn.
so to speak. Hang on a sec. Athletics or acrobatics against a 17.
Get out of there.
Okay. You can attack while it's not. You can attack while it's not. And you'll be digested during your turn.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Your call. 17 or that.
17.
Perfect. With that, you manage to get yourself just to the jawline and pull it open as the thing roars out, leaping from its gullet. It fires its tongue out, and there's like a slow motion as you're leaping away. And we're over to Nesty.
That's my full turn.
That's your action, yeah. Escaping. Yeah.
Okay.
You have movement,
Cantrip?
actually, and your bonus action, so I shouldn't. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I do want to disengage.
Yeah.
Stay back
Of course you do. Fucking action being what it is.
Yeah, fuck.
And away he runs. Your bonus action moving, so you're not able to disengage.
Okay.
Or no, you do.
Disengage
You do have
movement.
Yeah, I do have all of that roguish abilities that help me engage, disengage.
No, you have cutting action. I'm just remembering.
You're a
it's
swashbuckler, right?
your
Swashbuckler.
action equivalent to escape, so you technically absolutely have your movements.
Yeah.
So you're good. You're good.
Okay, and then
You rush off.
yeah, and then I'm going to give who's the next closest? Solitaire, Bardic Inspiration.
Sounds fine.
That's my turn.
There's one here.
Good time. All right. Expertly, you manage to fly yourself in the jaws of death, leaping out ever so wetly, hitting the pavement and rushing, or hitting the bridge and rushing off towards the pavement.
Very moist.
Oh yes. You clear the area to the other side, looking back towards as the thing is already glancing back to, hungrily in your direction. From there, it's over to you, Nesty.
Alright.
I assume that's as far as I could go.
You have a full 30 feet.
Okay, I wanted to take that.
100%. I thought you were being tactical and stuff.
No, I wasn't sure what I had crawling and moving and stuff.
Hang on.
Do I go straight back or you want to go back and away from that?
I will use my arcane
You want to go straight back or
and
back and
boss fight on the one that just spit out a Skarzat.
Okay, sounds good.
So that's a con 16 save.
I'm gonna make that.
Gonna make it?
Nope.
So that's
Hit 'em up.
3d6, 1d8. And 14 cold damage.
Blue. Which would be 34. As the magic blasts out against him, you see frost forming around his skin, cracking and bleeding as he freezes amphibious form. Where should we from there? Anything else to declare?
I'm gonna get behind Solitaire. My Dutch. Oh my god. I don't want to be right before.
As you do this, the thing here will take a reaction as you are now out of 10 feet. Actually, I'll measure that. Yeah, let's think that.
He has a 10 foot.
With a 15 plus bonus, he grabs a hold of you with his tongue and snatches you down into his mouth. Oh shit! I totally forgot. The both of you need to make me a DC 16 con check for the acid of the belly, because you guys did spend some time in the beast.
You
DC.
I'm still in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, you can do the thing.
Okay, con check.
Yes, please. Because you get it as soon as you go in, and also on your turn. Terrific stuff. So you get half of.
I got 7.
Gosh, that's a lot. 12, 17, 20, so half of it is going to be 10. And then Lucky picks you. 4, 6, 7. 7 damage.
27 for me?
No, 7 damage total for you. 10 damage total for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I just rolled the 2.
Yeah.
And then. Sorry,
My bell's
5.
even longer.
So you can take another 4, and you can actually take another 2. Actually, it's 5.
Oh, okay. You only said 8 out of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, sorry. And then on your turn, you have to give me another one.
It was 2 for his turn and then 1 for my turn?
No, it's 1 for his turn.
Yeah.
When you first get snatched.
Right.
And then it's 1 on your turn.
I already took.
So he would have hit you the first time.
Yes.
On.
I already took that damage.
Right.
And you
And
told
now
me
this was on your turn before you were scared.
Okay,
So 1 more than you made.
Yeah, 4 I got.
Oh,
First one, I already added the first damage.
11, 12, 17.
No, you already gave me 1.
Yeah, I'm giving you the second
And
one.
then the second one you told me was 4.
Yeah, you
So
gave
lucky
2
picked
already.
4. That was my second
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
No, that was hers, the 20.
I
But I
didn't
halved
count
to 10.
I counted.
What did? No, I've only rolled it twice. I rolled 10.
Okay. I don't know what I added then, or what I. But just give me another one.
What was the first number you said?
I don't have it on my phone.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
We'll just add those hit points back. Whatever you just took
He
off.
rolled 20 and a 4 for me.
Yeah,
and
there's
I took
one other one I
half
just
of it.
already took.
No, guys, again.
You rolled a 7 for you.
Yes. It was a 7.
It was 2, 2, 2, 1.
Right. Okay. So as I was saying, I rolled, 20, and then 7 total, and it was 4 plus 3 or 4 plus whatever to get there. I remember that much. Yeah, it was 7 damage, and then I was rolling again, and that's where I'm now rolling your turn's worth of damage,
Okay. That works.
and then I was rolling yours
How
on
much
your
do I
turn
take?
coming
How
up.
much do I take on the?
This was 21.
So
So, but for fun, whatever you took before, you should only have taken 7 before. So you should have taken 28 total here.
28 total.
Do you
As opposed to-
remember what the hit? You rolled on me for the
Full
ground.
health.
It was 15 plus 12.
Plus 12.
And then, sorry, we're not getting to yours yet. Okay. So that's caught us up there.
Oh, so I
And then
see.
in your case, he grabs the hold of you, pulls you in, and then in your case, in that case, it's going to be 10, 15, 16, 21 as well for yourself. When he's snatching you up and swallowing you, the initial acid damage you take is 21 damage as you go in. And from there. Alright. That was his reaction, grabbing a hold of you. That's the end of Nesty's turn. Dramatic as it was, and it's over to Draxus. As the camera pans against Draxus, and Cocoon is facing off on the other side of you, you watch as the snake comes coiling in. Where is it? Where are you? Shit, what did I do? He's blending in something fierce.
Snake?
Yeah, where's the snake?
You pull him up to the side. And they, Yeah, it's like under your leg. Anything down low?
Hold on, Earth and a new one.
Or next to you.
I don't think he's in here.
You pulled him
I don't
out.
think he is
You pulled him
either.
out. He was like next to you, down below or something. Mind you.
Well, I did the thing through the. Right here.
You fall in
Yeah.
the room? Possible.
Who are you looking for?
Yeah.
He's buried in it. Buried in the movie. You watch as this guy slithers in. Coming across.
Swallows them all.
And, well, actually, I'm gonna tie him up like this. Comes in upon himself like this, and just idly watches. Working together with the swamps as you are is your destiny. Do you know this, savior? Champion of the swamps as you are. You're a god. He says, will be proud. Evermore, champion. As this all happens, it's all in slow motion for the brief moment, as you can hear his voice as he's saying this all to you. And he says, go on, push it. You know it's within you. Let yourself feel the might that all this has to offer. As you see Crowcoat across from you, like bringing the half of his axe to bear upon the opposition.
Alright, I'm just gonna bash the shit out of this guy. Sound real freaking Darth Sidious, buddy.
I know not these things you speak of, but insidious is a compliment.
Well, I'm just gonna think about Muhammad smashing the shit out of this thing.
Go on. You do you.
20 hit.
21.
Fucking, you got eaten fucking nasty.
Anybody want to inspire that hit? Sure. That's fucking a waste. So I hit one.
Okay. I gotta get like a little arbitronic or something for Dembostra so you can like move around it and shit.
So I hit for 27.
Okay, that'll do.
And then. So what's the deal with these little guys? Are they just like little
They're
weak,
swarming around
like
you,
little
trying to
weak
chew
tiny
upon you.
bugs?
They're not necessarily weak. They have steely little beaks, but they can't do much because of their size, it seems.
Can I see this one of those? So this is 15 feet?
Half of it.
If I were to jump back like that, and then cast, like, Dragon Breath, then I'll just hit the bugs and this guy. The 2d10.
Okay.
Which will be 11. Yeah. So the swarm into the thunder.
Sounds fine. Alright. Sorry, how much damage?
11 thunder.
11 damage.
The swarm into the fucking doom.
You're there, so that's. Okay, great. So he goes to, 58. That's cool. And then 11 damage. Cool.
And can I say something?
Of course.
I turn to Dombastra and say, if you're such a god, do something.
To which he says, but you're my champion. And you're doing my work. He simply says as
I
he
work for the
slithers out of himself, I'm sure you do. As he comes wrapping himself around you, and before you know it, he just like dissipates as you watch the blackness kind of swath across your vision.
And give you full health?
No, but your AC as it stands remains the same as well. Your scales go black, and creatures will now have disadvantage to attack you for the next however long the Buster feels fit. But with that said, he takes the scales, and you hear his voice ever so more clearly in your mind as you watch your vision shift to almost the sort of way that you see things through the true seeing gem, but young. With that said, the creature in front of you seems to kind of slow down as you seem to speed up. And as you guys, all of you, watch Dimbuster literally just basically become a weird coating around Draxus and soak himself down upon Draxus' scales, leaving Draxus as such as his wings kind of quickly fold down and turn sleek into cobra shaped appendages at the side. In any event, from there, you have
That's my
disadvantage against. So with that said, people who are attacking you have disadvantage at the moment.
All right. That was my.
That was your turn.
That was
Very
my
good.
attack.
Melissa,
Athletics.
or acrobatics, your choice. 17 or better.
That's gonna be 19.
19 will hit.
So do I just tear my way out of the belly?
You actually manage to wriggle backwards, your armor poking into its gullet. Such. It feels a lot like that, probably.
Oh wait, my cybernetic arms have claws on them.
Oh yeah, no.
And I just rip my way.
It's like Hydro.
You find that the things inside is pretty tough, and in fact, you're pulling against it. And while it's not tearing it apart, it is causing it pain, such that it wants to push you out as fast as it can.
So you scrape all the way up its inside.
Yeah, but you can't do damage in this case because it's causing pain. But your action is to escape. It works. Get yourself out. You still have your movement and your bonus action.
Bonus action. Excellent. So wait, did I rip my way out of its stomach or just back up its mouth?
Oh, it's not. Yeah.
And that did no
It spits you out. No, it's an escape. Some creatures don't even find this. Just gotta weather it out and hope that your party kills it before it kills you.
Okay, so I'm gonna pop out on my back, and then I'm gonna use embodiment of the law to change the cost of my scorching ray from a whole action to a bonus action. And I'm gonna hit it full on in the face.
Now you are playing with power.
26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yes, 19.
Welcome to high level stakes.
So let's see.
So, 15. 15 fire damage.
What are you scared his toe's gonna touch your face?
Not anyone,
But it can't.
So who are you targeting? You're targeting
Directly in his face, yeah.
this guy right here?
Oh!
Perfect. With 15 flaming damage.
That big old floppy frog jaw.
That'll do nicely, bringing him to 56. Very cool.
I'm stoked to see this god really bash the shit out of this guy.
Do they
that's
have
good.
to make
Right.
checks against the
And that's
when
gonna
they
be
merge? Or no, instantaneous effect that lasts? People that enter it after don't. have any business.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, no, it is only when it first goes up. That is settled with Melissa Stern. You're all good. Not moving. Just get out and dash her back. No wait, that's your bonus action. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I use my full
from
action
there.
as a bonus.
Katika takes another swing at the swarm. Crit fails as the log goes flying. A piece of it actually just goes flying off as he's left holding the broken piece of it. Ah, shit. Don't know why I thought that'd last. As all these things jump all over him. Oh my god, they take long. Yeah, this. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Oh my god, they don't take them for long.
screaming like he's being eaten by piranhas.
Yes.
You're supposed to have little teeth.
I keep thinking of
They're
like,
such little pigs. Why do they hurt so much?
in
I don't know.
you and like take out chunks of flesh.
Yeah.
Horseflies do that too.
What's
They
my
don't
dick?
sting you. They just like rip
Bite
you.
you.
They're like, I'll take this.
They literally, their mouth is literally a drill,
They're nightmare
and it
creatures.
goes in and drills out like a chunk of your flesh and pulls it out.
Meanwhile, 36 damage later. Oh, it's like they're drilling pieces of my flesh out.
I thought these were little weak bugs.
I'm so sorry.
They're so cute. Why are they hurting me so much? What the hell?
Oh my god, he's Denny playing with the spiders all over again.
Thunderwave is great for dealing with swarms. But you guys don't
No, we
like
don't.
Thunderwave. Slowly.
It just hurts it.
It's directional. It's not free will.
No free will is
I
right.
mean, I was at the bottom of a fucking dog pile.
Yeah.
I should. I was like crying behind the music.
Right on. That's awesome. From there, Jessica's gonna get his ass up off the ground. And he wasn't actually pinned down. So, yeah, I'm just figuring out what he wants to do next. Okay, so he is gonna look up. We got more company. What is going on? What is this place? He gets himself clear in here. This place is bizarre. He whips this squeak. It's gonna be his bonus action. You know that shit. Yeah, so it like hits a bunch of these things and just kind of squeezes it, rolls across them, and squashes them.
As it like skids across the
And then that's gonna be a 10 plus bonus. Totally gonna do so. The thing was, that was weird. Sweet, and that is not enough to kill this one. Not enough to kill this one. From there, he's still got some movement, so he's just gonna run towards this guy. From there, this guy's gonna take 2 quick swats. Gonna be as such. First one's gonna be a crit fail. The second one's gonna be shit. 7 plus 12. But then he's gonna do this, boing, and come down flying upon you. And this time we'll give you a dex save. It's gonna be 16 or better to get fucked out of the way.
Does
Remember
anybody
you get
get
plus
these
2
things yet?
Okay. Maybe you get plus 2. No, you're not within 10 feet.
10 damage or half as much if you made the save.
That would be 18.
Safe.
That's a save, so 5 damage. As it lands against you, its massive corpusculent self quaking the ground around and bashing against.
Just rolls out of the way.
The crocodile god, he will take a moment, focus himself, and give a searing ray across the thing. I think it's searing ray. Scorching ray. Shoo-be-doo. Yeah. 1 hits. It's gonna hit. He fires beams of scorching flame out of his eyes, all Superman style, doing 6 and 7 for 13 points of damage on that guy. Between you guys, I'm gonna say 13, so brings that guy to 54.
This guy?
Yeah, between you guys,
He should be well over that. Because I hit him for 41 the first time. Then he hit him, and then I hit him again for 27. And then now he's hitting him for 4th time.
You hit him for 41
41
and then 27.
And 27 this turn. Yeah. 41 was when I first attacked him. And I was already standing there.
27 on that guy.
And then I hit him for 27 plus the lightning thing, which was. Yeah, he should be.
Okay. I don't know where the hell I've been writing it because I know I've been writing it there.
And then.
Or maybe I haven't actually. Clearly. Okay, yeah, let's do that now. That sounds like a great idea. No, wait, 41.
Yeah, the first one was 40, like 40 something. What was it?
No, fair. I think I know what happened. Yeah.
Because he should be down. He should be like.
Okay, I see what
58
happened. No, that's fine.
Plus whatever I hit him with this.
So
time,
this
which is-
guy, yeah, no, that's fine. And then, so actually, if you're focus firing there, and that's what it is, then he's 78, and then you're hitting him for what now?
27 was the last thing that I hit him with.
Yeah.
The first one was.
He's already up to the code on your last 6. What are you hitting him this turn?
No. Sorry, I just got mixed up. I'm hitting him. My apologies. I got muddled there. My
You're
apologies.
hitting-
Oh, yeah, my bad.
You're swinging
I'm
me?
doing. Yeah, that was Crooked who was doing this. So 6. We were just adjudicating that. God, what did I just say? Oh my gosh. 6 and then 7. Right. Third. No, I already did that.
Yeah, you just did that, but then you were totaling it, and then I was like, oh, because you're like, is that 50
So I haven't
something
factored
points?
that.
I'm like, I
So
hit him
that
with
is going to
60
actually
something.
end that. So he burns him up. So that's cool. Brings him up over 90. Done. And from there, he takes a quick swing of his axe and will whip it over towards that guy. Yeah, he'll have one swing left. Is going to hit and read to. Let him make a roll. Man, he just keeps rolling shit. Oh, that's not bad. So 14, 18, 22, 25 that he carves into the skeleton with, taking off some of its arms. 25. 24. Cool. And Skelly's going to come flying in. It's going to take 2 quick swings on Cocoon. He's going to hit once for 2d6. I think that's the first card. As it carves against one of the scales, the thing continues on, rushing in through the swarm upon you. Another 2 swings. Nat 20 on one of them, missing with the other. Gonna be
20 plus what?
4. Nat 20, I thank you. And 6, 10, 15, 17 plus 3 for 20 damage that you take. And from there is going to be that other one on the other side. There you are. Whenever face down in the sand as you come up on the other side, having advantage. That's going to be 18 plus 9. No, 18 plus 10 for 28 against your AC. Going to miss. Going to hit with 25 dead on. Not going to hit. 25 dead on, 3 hits. And then 27, 4 hits. That's all it is. So 4 hits. As you guys watch the one skeleton run in, and from the other side,
Swinging like General Grievous.
Should have had AC 26.
20,
Do you have the spell shield?
16 experience right there, everyone. So 30 and 37 points of damage that carves upon you for.
37?
37 points. From which point? The camera pans against the scene as it says to be continued.
Yeah.
Because it's already like 9:30. Is it?
I'm not working around.
Can I attempt my escape roll?
I gotta wait tomorrow. It's Thursday. It's okay.
Well,
I mean,
We can do double.
you know what? I'll
yeah, well, I've been trying.
I was gonna just wrap up my turn here, just to say that
I
was
wasn't because I was mentally capable until probably like last week.
Yeah.
As this thing's flying in, of course.
I am.
And just unleashes one more swarm into the whole region. Yay for everyone! And then lands against Statica's face.
Another bug.
Yeah,
Did
the
you-
last one I wanted.
Am I able to cast spells while I'm inside of him?
Yes.
See.
All right then. Are we doing XP right now, or are we just gonna
Yeah.
double up on the next?
To be continued.
Yeah. It's just,
Yes, sir.
So you got a record of the
What was the XP?
Purely from that cast.
16 plus.
Plus
Most different
No XP right now.
realms.
I would do actually. I mean, it stinks in these things. You think it's stuff out of
Well, not only that, but I'm unaffected by things in the physical, so I could realistically just walk out of him.
If he moves, yeah, he's like.
Oh, wait, that is right. It's,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
no, I think
lots
if he moves,
going on.
you're not getting him as president. That's a whole philosophical debate.
pumpkin.
when I just, like, when I just fall through, and then I'm just like,
Oh, fuck, that was almost a money shot.
I know, right?
yeah, it's actually not wrong. It would
Well,
literally come down to you
this
just make it
move-
wrong.
That's where I'm going with this. I'm gonna have to
Like, win, lose.
Because like,
win,
it's
lose.
great. My strength index isn't great.
Ring of protection.
Yeah.
I know. Pumpkin.
Even if I could,
What?
I have to be able to see where I'm talking
Hello?
about.
Number 2.
Probably not.
I
gave-
I
I gave you one before.
No, you didn't. Jordan gave me one.
I passed through it right here.
So now we come to that
I have.
in the session, faithful as it is, as the credits roll, and everything goes to a slow motion view. It eventually fades to white, and it shows the producing company and shit. Jordan, how you able to remember the things?
Like battle, like starting to ramp up really cool. What I did like, fast it went. Like I just feel like we just got you.
That's a lot, eh?
A lot going on.
Yeah.
So
It's only gonna get thicker.
yeah.
So we've got a lot planned.
We
I
have
like
no
double
time to
D's.
get through it all.
Oh yeah, you guys figure that out. I mean, we got a good
Yeah.
chat for it, so by all means, you know,
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
Maybe Sunday.
Sure. I mean,
I'm out of town.
he's out of town, yeah.
Okay.
It'd have to be
Monday night.
Can't do Monday. So we
No,
know
I'm back Monday night at midnight.
Okay. So
I mean, there's always tomorrow or the day after as well. So it's Thursday, Friday.
tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow?
I don't know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow. There's a chance that I might be working in Maple Lake. And there's no fucking chance I'll be here.
Yeah, that's
I have flaky plans.
I've got company arriving tomorrow, actually.
yeah, it's not happening.
Then next week, maybe Tuesday.
Next week we'll have to.
Well, we
Wednesday,
have bicycle day on Saturday. What about Sunday?
Well, that's what we were saying, but he's out of town.
I'm out of town.
Are we still online?
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm gonna shut it down.
Okay. I was just
But as you
gonna.
plan the home game, thanks a lot for watching. Until next week, May the 20s always on.